What is going on, Toychanic fans? It's been a minute. Staying very busy. Hope everybody's staying healthy. I have quite a lot of jobs right now. This is actually all that I'm doing tonight is one job. I doubt I'm going to get this whole thing finished, but I thought I'd try something kind of different. I want to get more content out there, but I also want to keep the live streams, active, because I love you guys. You guys are amazing, and we are working toward monetization. We are really close, man. I'm 300 viewing hours away, so this has been awesome, man. You guys have really just, yeah, man. You guys are just basically gonna give me that little extra bit of tiny little cash inflow to, kind of keep me in stock with all my materials and supplies, and maybe even, grab a figure or two, which would be really cool. So I'm going to actually be shooting tutorials, so you guys are going to be seeing me literally shoot a tutorial while I'm shooting the breeze with you guys. So this is kind of like, that's why I'm calling this one the Two Birds, One Stone cast, because that's what I'll be doing. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. It's the way to, like I said, knock out two different things and still, keep all that going. So I think that's pretty cool. What is going on, guys? Let me go ahead and put this in the chat so I can put this up top so people knows what's going on. I'm going to be doing a lot of, I wouldn't call them simple fixes, but I would say pretty common repair breaks that I see all the time. So we're going to call this one the tutorial BTS / common Marvel Legends repairs. That sounds good. That sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and pin that baby to the top, and then I'm going to just remove the chat because I'll never type in there again. What is up, Samurai Chris? What is up, Billy Moon? What is up, Hoodlum Inc? And what is up, Clockwork Orgy? How you guys doing? We're gonna be firing off tonight. I want to get some work done. I got lots to talk about. I'm sure you guys got lots to talk about. Man, we got freaking Mandalorian. We got new figures. We got video games. We got everything. Everything is going crazy right now. You know what we're not going to talk about tonight? We're not going to talk about politics. Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that just sound, oh, so good? So that's what we're going to not talk about. So the first thing that I've got, this is kind of a cool one to start out with, I think. This is kind of definitely where I got started. I remember back in the day, when I was on Figure Realm for custom figures, which you can actually still see some of those old ones up there. If you look up Figure Realm, Bill Maru, you can go see some old customs that I did. That's where I started back in the wee days. Holy jeez, how long has it been? It's been a long time. Before I was doing repairs, but I've told this story a few times, but for those that don't know, what got me into repairs was doing customs. You'll do customs for people, and I don't want to sculpt everything, but you want to find like the right parts, and if you want to avoid paint rub, you want to find the right color plastic, or at least a close color plastic. And sometimes you got to crack figures open. You've got to take them apart. And that's a learning process. Back in the day, we didn't have a whole lot of tutorials. There was a few guys out there throwing them out there, and man, I wish I could remember their names just to give them a shout out, but they know exactly who they would be. I remember the people had like the pictures. It was usually Spider-Man, but it was like a photo like grid, almost like comic panels, and them talking about how this is how you repair this. And I remember seeing the screw trick and the super glue trick and all those things that I picked up on. I was like, oh, that's really smart. And then from there on out, you start kind of developing your own methods, which is where to this day, man, I still can't believe this is where it led me. I guess it makes sense with the blood in my family. Like, this is kind of stuff that we gravitate toward is fixing things. Like I said, my mother and my grandfather do auto and boat upholstery. My father, when he was alive, he did a lot of real clever stuff, a lot of building. Great chef, but he was also like, he just did crazy. He built like smokers and all sorts of crazy mods for the house. And he one time built a freaking it was a full-on wagon, like out of steel and metal, and put a smoker in it for like smoking meats and stuff. So he was like really crazy, man. What's going on, Edward? How's it going? So we got a lot of things. Oh, hey, look at that. Me and Billy Moon both share the same initials. It's always fun being called B. Lord help me. Let me tell you, so these figures belong to a kid, and it is obvious that these belong to a kid. These things have been played with, and I love seeing that, man. These, I remember whenever I was a kid, I loved G.I. Joes, and man, those figures would just be loose. Crazy loose, like, and we loved it. This is before ragdoll physics were a thing in video games, and that was our favorite thing, is whenever figures got really loose, because when you'd like throw them down a slide or they'd hit the ground, they'd, you know, like fall, and they wouldn't just be flat, they would fall, and like their arms and legs would go out, and I was like, oh, it's awesome, man. So you can tell, look at these, look at this Captain America is, he's been through it. But like I said, what we're starting off tonight, you can see there's a common theme here. We have bicep breaks. These biceps have twisted off. This one's sad because this is brand new. I know that, you know, this is the classics Green Goblin here. And that's sad that this one broke off because, man, this one hasn't, look, he hasn't even had a chance to live yet. And that just makes me super sad. So I'm going to fix these. Man, look at this. It's like the whole Avengers lineup here. I've got Cap, I've got Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Thor. And actually, all of these are film figures besides the Green Goblin here. So that's interesting, I guess. Seeing a kind of a rotation here. Or, yeah, whatever. We also have more. There's so many more. I'm not going to get into those right now. We might be able to get those later. But I do want to go ahead and get these started. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run through that. I should have been recording that because that actually sounded pretty good. You guys are going to see me. I'm going to repeat a few things. Might mess up a few times. Make sure my Face ID works. There we go. Hi. There we go. Okay. So this is what I do basically is, let's see, let's set this up for you. What I do is, so we've got like an iPhone right here. The iPhone works really well right now since I am working from home. I can shoot everything on this iPhone, and then I can airdrop it right to my computer, and I can edit that in my free time, which is great for free time, wherever that is, after work. So I will shoot everything on this guy right here. It'd be cool to like, you know, shoot on this camera right here is obviously a better camera, but for right now I'm using that for the this process. This would be like so this camera right here that you're looking at, I'm thinking about doing a video where I show off the tools that I use, like my most common and my favorite tools that I use. I've had a few people request that, so I think that'd be fun. So something like that, I would record on that. Once again, thank everybody for showing up all these times. Thank you for showing up tonight. I'm going to try to not butcher your name, Edward, but I'm going to try to say it because I like learning. Let's see. I'm going to say your name is Edward Lagodzinski. Lagodzinski? Tell me if that's right. I don't want to butcher it. If not, if that's wrong, kind of spell it out for me so I can say it right. Edward, you guys can see Edward in here. He is the one who has sent me all these figures. These are not his, these are his son's. And his son has a TikTok, which is at Tiger_rap87. And apparently the kid's doing like he's doing the TikTok thing. It's not I'm not on there, but to those who are, awesome. I heard it's a hell of a hustle. You've got teenagers who are becoming millionaires on that platform, which is pretty freaking incredible. I mean, that's amazing. So, Lagazinski, right on, man, my man. All right, cool. Well, Edward, thank you so much for sending these figures to me. I'm going to try to do my best. Thank you also for giving me more time to play with these things, because I really want to do this for, you know, the audience. This is what that's why I do this, is to make sure that we're here to educate, we're here to teach, and, you know, hopefully people seem to just enjoy watching this stuff. They're interested in it. And I mean, being a figure, you know, enthusiast and whatnot, I enjoy doing this as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to do my little intro here. I try to keep it simple. I try to keep these intros and tutorials very simple. Now, I'm a video editor in real life, so you're probably like, well, his videos do not show that. No, they don't. I like to keep them as simple as possible. I don't put a whole lot of crazy extra stuff in there, because I don't believe right now you guys need that, especially in a tutorial. You want to get right down to it. Let's jump right in. I'm not going to tell you to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell button, because if you don't know how to do that by now, if you need to be reminded about that, then I guess you need to be reminded. I'm not going to be the guy that reminds you about that. I remember when I started doing this for real, not too long ago, I said I wasn't going to monetize my channel. Well, changed my mind because you guys told me I need to do that. Also, it gets to the point where, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like saying, like, I'm not going to charge you guys money to do this. I was thinking Patreon thing. That's what I meant I wasn't going to do. If you guys, everybody on here said, I don't mind watching a few ads if it gives you some extra scratch. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. Like, thank you so much. That is super cool. So for all y'all support, thank you so much. And for not thinking I'm going to be talk out of one side of my mouth and then pop on this side, because now I'm going to monetize stuff. Thank you for understanding that. I was confused as to how it worked. So I'm actually pretty happy about that too. So I was wrong because I didn't know what I was saying. But let's see, Figment here says, I just love how he does these tutorials. Like, one could keep all the secrets to themselves, but Billy lets us know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any point in it. And if other people want to learn from what I'm doing and they want to try to charge people for it, let them. Just be careful. Oh, Figment, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you say what's up. What's up, man? Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to trying to follow all this stuff and whatnot. I love my crowd, man. You know, I see some of these guys, they've got a big crowd whenever, like, they've got like hundreds of viewers on there. I don't ever see myself getting to that point, just because this is pretty niche. But the crowd that shows up here all the time, you guys are awesome. I hope y'all never go away. You guys are the ones that I really want here. You guys are giving me views. And those minutes, man, those minutes add up. Those minutes add up. So that's what's really cool about these live streams, is that I can sit here, we can just shoot the breeze. You guys can talk to me. I'll answer your questions. You know, ask you some questions. I really enjoy talking with you guys. It's fun to do that while I'm working, because it doesn't feel like I'm actually working as much. You guys make me take a break, so I really enjoy that. I appreciate that. But also, these live streams are giving me view. Like right now, we're getting a view. There's like 14 of you guys in here. So each minute, you guys are giving me like 14 minutes of views. I think that's how that works. That's awesome. That's really cool. So, I don't know. I find it's all fun. I'm trying to keep this fresh. I'm also trying to stay in it with you guys and try to stay current with what's going on. Maybe one of these days, I'll do a live stream over this guy. Wade's hated figure. I got this figure. I'm not going to lie. I don't hate it. I hate the sheath, but anyways, we're not going to get into that right now. If you see this figure and you like Deathstroke, pick it up. I mean, you can make your own decisions, obviously. Yo, MCT Dog, bro. So, a really awesome guy on here. Just kind of reminds me of how you tried to help me out that day, which I think you did help me out. You know, I think that was really cool. It made sure I was paying attention that figure was out. And I wouldn't have even known to look for it that day because I'd forgot. So, still big ups to you, man. Today in Denton, my buddy Affalion's Den hit me up on Instagram, and he's like, "Yo," he's like, "check it out." He's like, "They've got the NECA Krang figure," and just asked the guy to go in the back and get you one. And lo and behold, there he is. I got one. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about this. This makes life hard. I'm a turtle fan through and through, man. That's like, my collection is quickly growing into a turtle collection. Look, like, this is how much of a turtle fan I am. I'm so much of a turtle fan that I bought this. This is a monster truck with a deco of Donatello on it. Why? You know, because I saw it and I got giddy and I'm like, it's Donatello, I gotta buy it. So now all that's left is the Splinter Baxter Stockman. So, hey, dude, T-Dog, you might go up there. They're not out on the shelves. If you want to travel all the way to Denton, I would have told you about it, but they were not letting you buy more than one. That was that. He would have got me one, but they were not letting them. They're like, you can have one, and that's all, which is freaking awesome. That is awesome. It sucks you can't really help out your friend, but if your friend's nearby, you're like, yo, get up here and grab this stuff, because the street dates, there's no street date on it right now. It's good to go. So I had the DPCI if I needed it, and the guy looked at it and he's like, oh yeah, I got one of those, because he just pulled one for my friend like 30 minutes ago. So I showed up and got it. So if you guys are looking for it, throw out that DPCI. They might be able to go back there in the back and get them for you. If Sansho Ryu, you are so wrong. I'm glad you're here, Nick. All right. So back to it. Let's go back to the behind the scenes aspect of it. Let's shoot a tutorial. All right. So now you're gonna hear me do this my Toychanic voice whenever people pop online. So check this out. Hey, what's going on, Toychanic fans? Today I've got a very common break that we've been seeing for over a decade now in Marvel Legends figures, from the old Toy Biz to now the Hasbro figures. Yeah, it's the bicep break. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Look at all this. We have like the full lineup of the freaking Avengers. This is super common, and I'm going to show you how to fix this using a screw, some clippers, some glue, and a little bit of love. Wasn't that a nice touch? I like the end there. Is it too much? Oh, you saw the Triceratops 2-pack? Bro, really? Wait, was it the two Triceratons, or was it the Triceratops and the Roadkill Rodneys? Because I do not have the two Triceratons. And I'm debating getting them. I really like... I didn't think I was going to like them as much, because I watched those cartoons like religiously, and I don't remember the Triceratons as much, which is super strange. I remember every other character. I just don't remember watching them as much, and I can't remember if that was like near the end of that. Oh, it is the two... Dude, they were on the pegs? Oh, dang it. My wife can hear me in the other room right now, and I know exactly what she's just sitting there looking at the floor like, you're supposed to not be buying anything else. That was it. And now here we are. I'll just rub her neck and, you know, convince her that things are fine. Oh, man, that's great. That is awesome. Okay, so let's get back to it. Like the Batman versus TMNT figs? Those are awesome. I like those figures. Those are pretty cool. But, no, we're looking for those NECA ones, man. The NECA ones are the ones that... I do love those Batman ones. I wish the figures were better articulated, but... Alright, so, back to tutorial voice. Okay, so one common issue that we can see with all of these is the peg has broken off inside of every single arm. Every single arm. That's the problem. So either these were too tight, or there was something stuck. Sometimes paint can get stuck in here. The plastic can be... There's just a mountain of problems here. So what we have to do with these first is heat them up. So you can do that by either heating up water, boiling some water, and then setting the water aside, and then putting these in the water to let them soak. Basically what that will do is will soften the plastic, which I guess I should do a tutorial on that at some point, but I don't use that method. I just use a heat gun and I will heat them up. So basically, if you don't have a heat gun, you could use a hair dryer. And what you'll do is you will heat these up, and then I like to use a pick, like so, and then go in from the side and just pry them out. I'm not going to need these pegs. I'm not going to reattach the factory pegs because I found in my history of doing this that these don't really last after you put them back on. If you were to try to put a screw through these and reattach them, it just, you'd have to go in and Dremel out the inside of the arm to make sure that it's not going to catch again. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing these guys with a screw. And the screw that you want to use, you don't want to use like a wood screw that has a flat top. You want to use one like so. This right here will mimic the peg that broke off originally. And what it does is here, you'll notice this is flat on the threading side. And this is the one you don't want to use. Notice how this cones out. You don't want that because this is what's supposed to stop the arm from coming out again. If this is what's trying to stop it, then you're not getting as much attachment here, and basically that's going to add a gap, and that's going to make your arm loose and kind of, you know, wiggle a little bit. It's not going to be what you want. This right here is a flat edge, which is going to catch the inside of that cavity and be nice and snug. So once again, what we're going to do, we're going to heat these arms up, we're going to pry out these pegs, and then we're going to attach those screws by screwing in holes here, and let's get to it. There you go. That's how that's done. Let's see what I missed here, man. There's a lot of you guys in here. Oreo Mega, my main man, what's going on, dude? Hey, Oreo, are you near Denton? Dude, you might be able to get one of those things. You might be able to get that crane. I just walked back, dude. I went to the electronics, talked to the guys in electronics, and asked them, hey, do you got this? And boom. It's awesome. Couldn't believe it. Is the plastic of the Goblin the same as Black Knight's? Have an open mind. I think this one's not, man. This feels... So, this one feels different. This just feels different. I don't know if it's the same or not, but for some reason this plastic does feel a little different. It might be the same, but I can tell you right now that it doesn't have that marble looking kind of stuff to it, you know, like the shiny marble stuff. So yeah, yeah, these feel way better, way better. As far as I can tell, it's a different kind of plastic. I might be wrong, but I haven't seen these break yet. I did just fix a Black Knight. Actually, I want to say I've got a second Black Knight. One of my dudes gave me a Black Knight because it was shattered, and he just hooked me up with one, which I told him I'd give him a really good deal on the repair, and he's like, nah, just keep it, which is super cool. So if I get one more Black Knight, then I could pop all 3 heads on there, and I can have all 3, which would be cool. But 2 live stream. Wing or lose, you say ACBA gave me a shout out. Is it Boog? The ACBA podcast or something? I heard they might have brought that back. Yeah, Clockwork. What I can tell is these don't seem like the same as the like those Beetle and Black Knight. Who else had these? Man, I'm trying to figure out who else had those. Because I know Ultron's break, and they were made of that same hard, funky plastic. That poor Black Knight. Man. Oh, man, Boog Nice. Boog Nice is awesome. I like that guy a lot. He's one of the founding fathers, man. Oh, they're streaming right now? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I feel... Nah, man, they got plenty. They got plenty of views. I got 13 people in here. I think I'll be okay. Oh, man, I'll make sure... Oh, I didn't know they were doing it on Saturdays at this time. Man, watch, I'm going to give me a message and be like, what's going on, Bill? What's good? You trying to walk in on our stream? I'm still an admin in ACBA, but I don't know why they keep me around. I don't have time for that stuff anymore. They'll kick me out one day. They'll kick me out one day, and it'll be like it'll be a mutual thing. I hope. I just can't do it anymore. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I just like this has completely consumed my free time. So, what I was saying a minute ago is we're gonna get these out. I'm gonna use a heat gun, which makes the lights flicker. I'm gonna. Yep. It makes my wife's room the lights flicker. So yeah, I'm gonna heat these up. I don't know which camera's better to do this on. There we go. King Cobra, yeah, that's another one. Thank you, Paulo. I am the poster girl? Zek Trooper for what? What am I the poster girl for? Alright, so that should be good. A nice little heat on there. So now we're gonna... So I've heated these up, 2 arms up. And you're gonna wanna put your pick in like so. And I usually stab kind of in the middle of the peg to kind of pull it out like so. And that one felt like it was stuck in there, so I go in at an angle, stick that in there, and then just try to pop that out. And that's that. Gotta be careful though, the way I'm doing this, you know, obviously I'm going towards my hand. If you were to slip, you could stab yourself, so be very, very careful. I've done that before. Just be careful. Let's heat these babies up. Paulo, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're a fan. I will keep doing them because I keep getting that response, which is awesome. I feel bad, man. Winger Lewis just said he's like, ACBA gave me a shout out, which I don't know what they said, but here I am streaming when they're streaming. I usually don't stream on Saturdays. I try to relax. I was up until 4 in the morning talking to Casting Cave. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. I just really enjoy talking to him. I do a lot of business with him, but we've just become friends at this point. So last night there was no business talk. It was just us just cracking up at stupid videos and whatnot. It was awesome. And then we looked at the time and I was like, dude, it's almost 4 in the morning. Like, God. Honestly, totally just stabbed my finger. Not even kidding. Stabbed right into it. Let's get this little guy out. This one's smaller, so we're going to need a smaller screw. Trying to make sure I keep these with their respective arms. Hopefully this one's still soft enough to get out. Come on. Boom. There we go. Let's set these guys over here. And another reason, since these are going back to a kid who puts these through the ringer, I want to make sure that these are, you know, as durable as I can get them. Some of these, I've got to re-super glue them, and hopefully that super glue will hold. Did I get any new figures? Yes, Chris, I did. I got some new figures. I got, as we were showing off a minute ago, got the new crane today. This was not planned. I was going to be doing repairs like way earlier in the day, but saw these, so I went and grabbed that. My baby arrived today. This is the masterpiece Tigertron from Beast Wars. He's my favorite character from that show. And this is just awesome. This is, this makes me so happy. So happy. Haven't even, I cut the tape on it and I never got to open him. I was literally about to open this thing and enjoy it whenever Lions, my dude, and he was like, hey, they've got the Krang here, but they won't let me buy two. And I'm like, I'm on my way, 30 minutes. So I went and got that. Looks like, so I've got Toka and Razar arrived. This is 2 Toka and Razars. I haven't opened them yet. I bought one for a friend, but it looks like he might not actually be buying it. So keep an eye out. I might have a Toka and Razar for sale if somebody missed out on them. So there's that. This actually isn't mine, but I did get one from Chris Herndon. Dude found me one of these. And then, of course, after I found one, or after I paid him for shipping and everything, which he gave me a really good deal on it, I found like 7 of these things twice now. I think they're on sale for $17.99 at Target. But this is actually what I'm going to be doing. This is what I'm going to be doing a mod for a guy. So I think he's in Canada. So shipping's going to be fun on him. But and then I got a Star Wars Mace Windu. I got Antonio Starco in here. I don't know if any of y'all got this this Tony Stark figure. Does not look like. I mean, it's like it looks like Robert Downey Jr.'s stunt double. The figure's really cool. I don't regret getting it, but it's just like, sheesh. This look at this. I'll show you guys real fast, and then we'll hop back into it. Oh, this is one of the coolest. So I actually updated my figure. I took off the big strands of hair here for the Toychanic, just so it's like cleaner on the sides because I got my stuff cleaned up. And then I've got this cool green shirt off of GPS lot, which I'm really excited about. I was hoping it would fit correctly, and it totally does. It looks really, really good. So, super happy about that. I got a few other Star Wars figures in as well. I got this Better Call Saul figure of Saul. I thought that was kind of cool. Just a little cheap one. But yeah, here you go. Here's your moment of zen. Let's see if I can't. I mean, that nose seems a little big to me. And just, I don't know. It looks like a good, I mean, so it looks like Tony Stark. It just doesn't look like the Tony Stark it's supposed to look like. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like RDJ, so that's kind of disappointing. But this really, my complaint about this figure, besides that, is this right here. You see the eye, the right eye on this side here, the right eye is crossed. So that really upsets me more than anything. You can see it through the glasses that his eye is like crossed. One eye's fine, the left eye's fine, that eye's totally crossed, looking off to the side. And then of course we've got this one here, which, God, they just made him look old. He just looks old to me. He's got like a hair on my finger there. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. Like I said, it looks like a good comic Tony Stark, which that's cool to me, and I'm fine with that. It could be, he could be like just terrible looking, but it's like if you wanted Robert Downey Jr., then the other one that they made was way better, which I'm glad I've got that one. But I still like this, and I can put that head on these, so that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. For the price you pay and whatnot, this was very misleading whenever he arrived. Oscar, I got the Krang, man. I need Splinter and Baxter Stockman. If any of you guys see him and are not buying them for yourself, think of me, please, because you know I'm a Turtle fan, guys. That's my bread and butter. That's what I like to collect. And if any of you guys can find that for me, I owe you a repair, man. That would be amazing. Gosh, seems like really hard to get back in the box. Sheesh. Goodness. So yeah, just so you guys know, be wary of this one. If you, like I said, if you're looking for it to look exactly like Robert Downey Jr., it does not. Alright, let's get back to the show here. If I can get this thing back in the box, good lord. Alright. Yeah, to answer your question, yes, I got some new figures. I'm also going to cheat on my diet with a Hershey's white chocolate with whole almonds. Oh, MC, T-Dog, dude. That'd be awesome. It's not that far. It's not that far of a drive from me. It's just, it'd be nice to know that they're there. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Back to it. Size drill bit. Okay. Alright. Zoom out. Make sure this is in focus. Okay. And make sure I got the right size here. So we're using a 5/64 inch drill bit because that's going to be the right size for these screws, and that should work on every single one of these. And so what we're going to do is, what I like to do is to try to make sure, let's see what, another thing that could have caused this problem is if the arm was stuck here, but it seems like this one's good. So we're gonna not go in on a very high speed. If you go on too high, you could melt the plastic, so I'm just gonna go in a little ways. And let's double check how far we went in. It's about that far. Once again, you don't want to go in too far because you're gonna hit. You don't want to hit this this disc. If you hit that disc and you put a screw into it, that's gonna just lock it up. It's gonna completely. Man, can you hear that train? That's the loudest that train's ever been. Okay, so once again, you don't want to screw in too far and hit the disc, because if you put that screw in there, it's gonna lock it up. I'm just going to do all of these. This one's got a little more beef to it. Man. Of course, Thor would have the strong shoulder. Cap. Very loose arm. And Tony. or Maru Toy Crew. Love it. That crew, Maru, my friends. It's great. Okay, so now what we want to do, let's get all of our little pegs in a row. Line them up, Cheetah. Oh! Oreo! I didn't know you were Alpha Lion's Den. Bro, seriously? My main man. Yeah, so Oreo Mega here is the guy that, he's the one who found me Krang. Hell yeah. I didn't know that was you, dude. Cool, man. You are awesome. Oh, you're not Oreo. You're not Oreo Mega. You're like Omega. Because I saw her. Is your name Ora Ore? Or Ori? You have an awesome name. It's very unique. We gotta meet up and hunt sometime, dude. That'd be awesome. Thank you for showing up, bro. And thank you for helping me find that Krang today. Super cool of you. Really, really, really freaking cool of you. So, let's see what we got. Basically picking out some screws right now. Thor is going to need a bigger one. Right on, dude. That'd be a fun one, man. We also got some vaccines coming out right now, so maybe those will work. We'll get back to normal in 2021. Hope so. Smaller screw for Spidey. Let's see what we got here. Trying to make sure all these are lined up right. Can't tell if this is a bigger screw or not. It's about the same. It's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I feel like I need a bigger one here for the this Iron Man. Oh, it looks like this might fit. Might fit in. I'm not really comfortable with might fit. That's pretty good. If it's a little bit bigger, that's okay. Okay, set these back. Alright. Okay. Man, this light's been kind of junky the whole time. I wish I had better lighting in this room so bad. I'm gonna set this up a little bit better. If it was daytime, I'd have much better light in here. I've got a huge window off to the side. Do you dig the Nick CGI show? What's a good figure for that show? The ones that came out at the stores were not show accurate. Edward, you're going to want the, for that, you're going to want the Revoltech. They're perfection. So I made this years ago. I made myself a custom case. I actually thought about doing Bill Maru cases for a long time there. I'd started doing all these years and years ago. So this is kind of cool. I'll show you this. I guess I can't really show you there, but Edward, since you are not familiar with them, let me show them off to you because these are amazing. Here's your Donatello. You can move the eyes on these guys. So you can kind of move this to make them look. And then if you take it all the way to the side, you can go further with it. They go into ninja mode, so their eyes are white. these are easily the coolest ones. They're all on different base bodies, so your Donatello is going to be taller than Raphael, and then they also come with these really awesome alternate heads. Like you got the Screaming Raphael, you've got a awesome Michelangelo with the you got like this little adorable little squinting eyes face. I'm not sure if that's going to show up, but look them up. Revoltech. These are the coolest turtles. This is arguably the best turtles that have ever come out. These are super, super cool. I highly recommend these to anybody. And I think they've even got some KOs that aren't too bad, but I don't know. Did I watch the cartoon? Absolutely. This was like a fan service from. It's so amazing. They had so many adult references on there, man. Like from Texas Chainsaw Massacre to Jason Voorhees to Freddy Krueger and all sorts of cool stuff. Those figures are amazing. I love those things. All right, let's go back to this tutorial here. So you can see here that I've got several different sizes of screws and whatnot. That's to match basically the diameter and circumference of these, you know, peg ends that broke off. What I strongly suggest getting is a pair of small bolt cutters, wire cutters. This brand's Cobalt. I believe I bought this at Lowe's for probably under $20. It's just got a real short clip on here. It's easy on your hands. It's got the perfect little fulcrum here to just crunch into these guys. So that's something that's really important. What we're going to have to do is we have to cut these down because, let's see, so this is for Captain America right here. If we, let's just take for example, this is how, this is kind of hard to show without gluing it on, but this is how far this peg stuck out before. It's almost touching. I mean, it's just really, there's not much to it, which is probably one of the reasons why it broke. So if we were to put this screw in, obviously that's not going to work. This has to go in pretty far. But if we were to put this entire screw in, you can see like right here, it's going to go too far in. And we don't want it to go too far in, because if it goes too far in, then it's going to lock the entire thing up. That's not what we want it to do. So I always like to move it, because sometimes you'll drill in. See, as we got here, there's like a hole right there, which, you know, it's just kind of part of the process. You do not want your screw to go into that hole. If it does go into that hole, and sometimes you won't sometimes you won't, you know, get a hole like that. But with one that's this short, it's really hard to try to gauge that and not hit it. Obviously, you can see that this is going to go in, and it's going to be, we got to cut this thing crazy short. We have maybe an 1/8 inch clearance, maybe. So what I always do, this is just kind of something that I strongly suggest you do, is grab yourself a Ziploc bag. It could be any size really, just enough to make sure that you can get this in here. What you do is you take your bolt cutters and you're going to line up where you want it to cut the screw. And actually, I'm looking at this screw and I'm noticing that it's got the threading doesn't go all the way to the end. So that's a good learning moment right there. You definitely want the threading to go all the way to the screw head. What in the world? So, oh, screw fell through the bottom of this. Yeah, we want this threading to go all the way to the head here, just in case. I don't think this would be the right size. So yeah, what I always do is keep a ton of screws on hand. And there's a good one in there. It's always fun to try to fish one of these out. Try to keep your fingernails, you know what I mean? Okay, so now that we've got our screw that the threading goes all the way to the end. I'll zoom in on that. Sorry, my fingernail's getting dirty. So yeah, that threading goes all the way to the end there. That's what we want. So let's test this real quick, just because we can. So you're going to want to keep a screwdriver nearby, like so. And we're going to see if we can't get this going. See how far this will go until it hits the disc. Wow, it's actually going in pretty dang far. Will it move? Ah, see, it won't move because it's too far in. It's against that that disc. And we pulled it out a little bit. Boom. See that it moves. So this is way too far out. We do not want that. But it doesn't look like we have to cut much off because it goes in pretty dang far. I'm actually surprised it went in that far. So back to what I was saying. You want to take your bolt cutters, and we're going to have to cut off a little bit of this. So let's line it up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 threads. Maybe we'll cut 2 threads off. So we'll go 1, 2. Sorry, this thing is so short. I'm trying to make sure I got a good grip. You don't want to cut the thing in half and have nothing left to grip. There we go. That's what I want. So what I do is I get a plastic bag, get your screw all lined up, grip your plastic bag around it, and then cut. Because these things can go flying off and you don't want to lose your screw. Especially, let's say you had this one special screw, you know, and you don't want to have to go to the store to get more. Well, you don't want to lose it. Just a little easier way, may save you some time. And so here we could either be done with this process right now, or we might have to go a little further. So you can see that there's a little bit of a hook, a little bit of metal on the end. So we don't want that. You could try to put this in, but it's basically, now it's got a really sharp end on it. And that can be a problem. So you want to take something that can grip your screw. I'm using these flatheads, or these little clippers, because it's a little easier. And what you want to do is you want to sand this up. You want to sand it down, basically. Sand it up. You want to sand it down to where it flattens. And so this should fit nice now. Basically all we did was we took off that little edge clipping. It happens from time to time. It doesn't happen every time, but you just want to make sure that, you know, that's not on there. So we're going to see if this will fit. You want to test it before we put the super glue on the screw. So let's test this. Because sometimes if you cut that, sometimes it can warp the edge, and you might need to sand that down just a little bit more to make sure that it's going to fit. Sometimes if you were to put super glue on that and not test it, all of a sudden it won't screw in. Well, then you're kind of at a problem. But this is going in just nice, the way we want it to. Let's take our super glue. We're going to add just a little bit. One little dab. I'm going to put that in. You can kind of see here, like, this is the original peg. Kind of estimating how far that's going to go in. Might go in just a little more, and that should be fine. So now we just got to wait for the glue to dry, and we'll heat up this arm, and we'll reinsert this arm. But seeing that we have a bunch more of these to do, we're going to do all 4 of these as well. And that's how you do a tutorial. That's one. What's up, Esteban? And Vicente Geonix. What's up, Bill? Glad to see that you have a YouTube channel. Haha, I am the guy that asked for some tutorials on Instagram. Awesome. Yeah, man, I get a lot, dude, I get a lot of people running through Instagram. It's crazy. I would never have expected that. Danko, what's up? I'll tell you what you missed, Danko, my man. Oreo Mega hit me up today and told me about this bad boy at the Denton Target. Very excited. They were only selling one at a time, which was really cool. I think that's awesome. Calvin J, am I excited for Wonder Woman at Christmas? Absolutely I am. We actually have HBO Max, but that's a big movie, especially for Christine, my wife. She's like, you know, there's some movies you just have to see in the theater, and so we got tickets to go see that with some of our best friends, and we're gonna go see that and enjoy it and love it and just have a great day. I cannot wait. It's gonna be super fun. Am I excited about watching the movie with the mask on? Not so much, but I think I'll probably forget that. I like the buffs that kind of go up over your face like this, and you can just pull it down. Those are really nice. So I have one of those that I used to use for hiking, so not so bad. All right, back to it. Oh no, I mixed up all my screws. Let's see here. There we go. Get you over here. All right. Let's. So we're gonna clip some more here. This one, this is a big fella. This is the one that came off of the. This is a big Iron Man. I forget which one this is, but he's got some chonk to him. So yeah, what I like to do is before I even cut the screws down, sometimes I just like to see if they'll fit. Because what this kind of does is it almost forces I don't know, like a threading in there. What I used to do is I would heat the screw up and then put it in. And what that does is it kind of heats up the plastic a little bit. You let it stay in there a little bit and it cools, and then unscrew it. And so it kind of leaves a little, I don't know, like a makeshift threading in there, but I don't really do that anymore. I found that it's not necessarily necessary the way I do my work now. So that fit in really nice. We're going to go ahead and, once again, we're going to cut off a chunk of this guy. We got way more room to work in this one than we did with the Captain America one. So we're going to take this. This is a tougher screw. There we go. Golly. That boy drinks his milk. Okay. So now there's that. And we're going to go ahead and cut the rest of the screws while we're at it. Let's go ahead and knock them all out. I like to do that whenever I'm working on these, just so you can kind of, whenever it's time to put all the screws in, you're good to go. But before you cut them, once again, make sure you go in and test each one of these screws. This looks like it didn't really, there we go. The hole looked really small. So what I would do is go in and add a screw, like a bigger screw, and it just made the bicep joints tighter. That one's going to need to be a little shorter as well, because the Spider-Man, you can see, doesn't have a whole lot of room, like right here. That's a very small amount of real estate to work in. So So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut off about as much as we did on that Captain America one. Probably about 2 threads in. Yep. Let's see, this one here is gonna be, this is a bigger one. This one's gonna be for Thor. And he's got a pretty big peg. Let's see if we can't. And sometimes you got to go back in with your drill bit. I don't know, for some reason this one's not wanting to play ball. We had issues with this a minute ago too. And I am using a bit of a bigger screw on this one too, so that might be why that one's not going in and the rest of them did. Gosh. Can't seem to get a, there we go. Put that one all the way in. This one might actually go all the way in without any, might not have to, see if this will, I've actually had to fix these before. So my issue with this guy is I think that his biceps were made too tight. You can see, like, trying to move this one here. It's got a pretty mean ratchet in there. And so what I gotta try to do is take this. What happens here is you might end up stretching out the hole that you made. So what we need to do on this is we need to heat this up. And then what I'm gonna do is heat this up and either put a small flathead screwdriver in here to try to move this piece out. We want to get to this right here, the disc, and basically get inside here with like a small flathead to try to loosen this up and make it a little more loose. So that's what we're going to do first on him, right after I cut down this peg for the Hobgoblin. I don't know why my boy Thor's got to be giving us trouble. Set this down. Oh yeah, that's going to be a good one. Those ratchet joints always drive me crazy. Usually just something's just waiting to go wrong with them, it seems like. So let's go ahead and, looks like I gotta cut a good chunk off of this screw here as well for that one. So bag. Got our screw. And drop the screw on the floor. Perfect. Even when you're careful, that thing rolled right out of my bag. But we got it. So I'm going to need to sand down. Close my super glue. We need to sand this one down. And the Thor, of course, is giving us trouble. Sand this baby down. Danko said, how hard is it to reattach a foot from a Marvel Legends figure? It's not hard to reattach it, but the problem that you run into is exactly what I'm doing here. Actually, I've got one. This guy sent me one over, this Star-Lord figure. And it looks like he tried to fix this himself, and it might be ruined. Yeah, so you can tell. So here's where it broke. And it looks like there's a nail in it, which was here, which, you know, I get what you're trying to do, but this is almost worthless right now, due to that. That's some severe damage that can't really be undone. So what I would do is sand this down. And Denko, to answer your question, what I do is I try to I do actually try to reattach the if you can find a screw that thin, you could replace it with a screw. But you need to hollow out the foot as well. You're going to need to sand down the interior of that foot because something obviously went wrong here, to where it's stopping it from moving. You know what, Edward? I think this is actually a common... it's a common fix for people that don't, you know, do this. I don't think you would have just naturally thought, I should put a screw in there and then drill a hole through the peg and then add you know, there's a lot to it. This is why I do what I do. What you did, though, is a very common... You didn't destroy this. Now, when I say it's useless, I mean where this area is, the hole is just kind of... You know, while we're... I don't want to... I always jump ahead. I do this all the time. Use the clothes hanger. That's actually really smart. So that is very smart. A clothes hanger is insanely strong. Like, and obviously you found that out. In fact, I've got, like, that's what we used to do this all the time, man. Like, in ACBA and all that stuff. We used to, I don't know if I can get this. I've actually got one lying here as well. So you'd do something like this, like you could put a vehicle or a really strong character on something like this, and it's a really great flight stand because they're so powerful and malleable. So, no, I wouldn't say you failed. I would say you definitely learned from it. But so here's, if you would have completely destroyed this, you would see, because I'm actually impressed that you were able to. This is impressive, actually. You were able to drill directly in the center. You didn't... It's pretty close to the center. You didn't go off to the side and split the disc, so that's actually very impressive. A lot of people just drill a huge hole in there and it splits the thing. So what you can do, actually, now, we might be able to... So what I might be able to do, and we'll see, if I have like a Star-Lord lying around, I'll just hook you up with another boot. You know what I mean? I'll just give that to you, so we don't have to. But just for sake of tutorial's worth, I would like to try and fix it to see, because I've fixed these tons of times. The thing that makes me nervous, though, is that giving it back to your son, who's going to get a hold of it and whatnot, you know, I would hate for him to get a hold of this thing and it break on him, and he's like, well, we paid this dude to fix him, and you know, he didn't fix it. So when it comes down to that's what I don't want. Just for the behind the scenes kind of aspect here, I will be shooting a tutorial on this, but what we want to do is I'll be gripping this basically with these needle nose pliers like so. Sorry, let me back up a little bit so you can see it. I'll grab them like this, and I'll push. I'll see if we can get it. Let me see if I can get a hold of this. Hang on. Oh, did I lose my camera? Oh, shoot. Hang tight. I think my battery died on the camera. Hang on, I forgot to plug it in. See if we can come back. Hang on. And we're back. Cool. Yeah, I forgot to plug that baby in. Yeah, we'll let me play with this in a second. As long as there's no like super glue in it, which it doesn't look like you did it. I mean, this is a good way to keep it static on there, but yeah, we want to make sure that because you didn't send me the factory peg, I don't believe. Oh no, we'll check. We'll take a look at it, see what happens. We'll put him back in a bag though for right now. He's not. We're not doing feet right now. I think you did a really good job, and as a dad, I commend you for trying to fix your kids' figures. I think that's awesome, man. What was I doing? I was gonna do Thor. I think I need to clip this guy down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clip this one down. I'll clip this one down. I'm gonna try to heat up Thor. This one's got a much smaller threading. Damn. Okay. And I don't need this for the tutorial bit. I'm going to go ahead and sand all of these down. Flatten these babies out. Oh, this will be fun for you guys. Has everybody, you guys ever gotten one of these before? We have does this make anybody's heart kind of skip a beat a little bit? I'm sure everybody that sees this is like instantly full of some kind of anger or rage. However, this one says, thank you. The reason it says thank you is because I decided to grab some waters and sodas and some Gatorades and put them in a cooler outside, and then I took some chips. I don't eat chips because we're on keto, but I went and bought, which obviously I'm cheating tonight, but I bought some chips and whatnot and put them out there in the little snack packs for the put a little sign out there that said, hey, anybody that's delivering packages or mail or something like that, you know, we really appreciate you guys. Have some snacks on us and whatnot. And the FedEx person left my package and gave me the "we missed you" deal, but like they still left the package, but just to write out a thank you. I was like, super cool. Made me feel really good. Made me feel really good, actually. I feel sorry for those people. Be nice to your your delivery drivers and mail. I know it's got to be crazy, man. One of the guys that I met in here, he sent me a Dinjarin as a payment for repairs. It was supposed to be here on the 14th, and here we are, the 19th. It was supposed to be here last Saturday, actually. It stopped reporting on the 14th, so I think that's what's happening with USPS right now. They're just, you know, they're marking it at the very beginning, and then they're marking it whenever it gets delivered. So that's it. That's all you're seeing, which it's very frustrating, I get, but dude, those people are so overworked and understaffed right now after the changes I went through. Like, Trump put some dude in there that was his friend, and he didn't have any background on it, and he just really, I don't know, a lot of stuff got messed up. So now we're really feeling the heat, and it's right around Christmas time, and all that stuff's just a mess. So all I ask from you guys is to please be patient and be nice with those guys and women. That's rough. It's just really rough. Anyways, sorry, that's just kind of my little soapbox there. Oh, Noah's Arcade, what's up, man? Oh, right on. This is the dude I'm fixing his figures for. He's asking me, what Mandalorian action figures do I have? I have all of them pretty much from Mandalorian. Well, I won't say all of them because I haven't bought everything, but I've got a bunch of them. I don't have the Beskar Armor Black Series, but that's why I'm waiting on the Din Djarin 2-pack. I'm waiting for that. Hey, Danko, dude, my Toker and Razar, they didn't even ship for a minute, and I didn't think they were getting here. And then boom, all of a sudden today, like this arrives. Like this. This is obviously 2 of them, but also Noah's Arcade. I've got these. I like these the most. I've got the this one here, the SH Figuarts, the first Mando, and then the SH Figuarts Beskar Mando. They're in these cool little packages right now. And then I've got that Black Series Child. I've got the Black Series Child, yeah, and then the Figuarts Child that came with the Figuarts Mando. But I've actually got the Black Series Mando on the shelf right now. I was really impressed that he can get up in his a really good pose with his rifle. That was pretty cool. But alright, let me get back to the tutorial here. I'm gonna sand down each one of these screws. These babies be not on the ground. I swear I need like a table bib or something. What did I think of the ending? I loved it. I thought it was great. Hey, Noah, that Black Series Child is cool. That's this little guy right here. This is a nice little figure, man. And arguably better than the Figuarts. The only thing the Figuarts has on this is it's got, I think, a little bit better size, because this is pretty tiny. But still, he's a little guy. And you got the swappable heads and then the cloth, but this one's still really nice. I'm disappointed that the one that comes with the Din Djarin 2-pack is like not articulate. He's just like static, which is really strange. And we also have the Sideshow 1/1 scale like child. That was for my wife. She loves him. He's in her room. This is a tough one right here. Hey, Sebastian, what's up, man? Hope you're enjoying that shockwave. Hope he's happy to be back home. Whew. Boy, what a job. Tell you what. That was crazy. Learned a lot. Oh, man, Sebastian, just so you know, my love for Transformers runs pretty deep too, and I finally completed the main cast of Transformers Prime. They finally released Breakdown in a 2-pack with a Viacon, and I was like, oh, thank God. And then once again, I'm gonna show this off one more time, just because it's the best thing ever. Is Masterpiece Tigertron that you can't see because of the phone. There. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so excited to open this thing up. When I'm done with this, that's what I'll do. I'm going to go open it up and just look at it. So excited. My Mandalorian rifle snapped in half. Oh, no, man. That sucks. Yeah. So get a photo over to me, man. We'll get that fixed up for you. Take care, Billy Moon. Thank you for showing up. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure when the moon is in full effect. Yeah, let's get back to Thor. So, I need a tiny flathead screwdriver. So I got this one here, Mr. Bendy. It's got a bit of a curve in it. And what I'm going to do, actually I might get the video for this one. because this is going to be weird. Sometimes gotta remember to keep this. I'm the worst about shooting a tutorial and then like just I'll be fixing something, and so let's say this is my camera right here. I'll do this. I'll be like, and so now you want to go ahead and get here. You wanna put this in, and I'm like, oop, and I'm already done with it. I'm like, God dang it, stupid. Which Transformers Prime character do you love most, and why is it Knockout? Nope. Nope, I do like Knockout, but it's always going to be Ratchet, man. Always going to be Ratchet. In every single series, my main man is Ratchet. You should see my Ratchet collection. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Lee Awesome. I love that character, man. I love Ratchet so much. I never had, I've never owned G1 Ratchet, though. Never had him. What's up, Don Draper? Been a minute, man. Alright. Okay. So let's get back to the tutorial voice. Alright. So what we've done here is we've heated up Thor, and we're going to basically... I'm trying to get, this is going to look scary, but these are pretty resilient figures. I'm trying to get this little screwdriver in here to see if I can't loosen up what's going on here, because something's obviously stopping this arm from moving the way it's supposed to move. I should be able to just grab this and move it over, but it's not bending, and I think this is what caused it to break in the first place. I'm wondering, since this is a softer plastic, if I could just, after heating this up, I wonder if I could pop out this arm and get a better grab on it. And I'm thinking I can. I'm going to heat this up and pop out the shoulder. Yep. That's what's happening. So we'll concentrate our heat around the edges here and then under the armpit so the heat flows up inside. And it's going to heat this. I didn't realize that this was soft plastic, so that's awesome. That we're going to be able to fix this better than I thought. Noah's Arcade, you're very welcome. Your dad seems like a really cool guy, man, for him to go through all this. Tried to give you guys a really good deal too. I know it sucks, man. I can tell you love your toys, bud. So I might not be able to. Oh my gosh, my camera keeps dying. Hang on. Let me try to pop this guy out. Hang tight, guys. We're having technical difficulties. We got that baby out. Let me grab another battery. It's so weird that thing's dying on me. Hang tight. I'm going to swap batteries real quick. Something's going on with this guy where it's not reading like it should. Glad I wasn't using the microphone from that. I don't know why it died again though. That's weird. And we're back. Plug this in somewhere and charge me some batteries. Oh, I did get another figure I grabbed was I got the so I think last time, I don't know if it was Danko was in here. Somebody was asking me what my top figures for the year were, and I have a contender. I definitely have a contender. And this is in top 5, easily. The Mayfax Carnage. Wow. This figure is incredible. This figure is awesome, man. He's really well built. I know people have some issues sometimes with Mayfax figures and whatnot. This thing is amazing. I am so thrilled with everything about this. I love that this thing looks like it was ripped right out of the freaking 90s. I think that is awesome. His accessories are freaking killer. He's got all these like crazy like arms and like he's got my favorite has to be the this Carnage hammer, the symbiote tendril hammer. That is just dope, man. If I was if a symbiote got a hold of me, that's what I would probably make first. You've got like this kind of closed head here. Let's see if I can't. Let's drop this lighting down a little bit. Maybe that'll make it a little less harsh. So you've got this guy here, which I think is super cool. I love this. Some people are kind of weirded out that it's, I don't know, man. This is like looks like it's ripped right out of the comic pages. I think this looks awesome. I think some people get thrown off from the side, from the profile view, but I just think it looks super cool. And then this cat Cletus head. I mean, dude, it's right out of the pages. I mean, ripped right out of the pages. I love this thing. I think it is just freaking cool. This is like a perfect figure for me. And this is my opinion. God, it's just so good. I expected to like it. I'm a big Carnage fan. He's easily one of my top 3 favorite Spider-Man characters. Like, not just villains, but characters. And they did this one so much justice. I'm also a big fan of the Venom Mayfax did. He is a little short, but I still like him. It's kind of whatever. This is kind of cool, though, too. You can take the... so this is the brand new Marvel Legends one. And if you put a little putty in here or something, look at that. So for those of you that don't like the side view of the head, pop this baby on there. And there you go. And I bet you anything the other one fits too. I don't have the other one. I got rid of him. I haven't... So what I'd like to do, if I could find him, if you guys don't mind me searching, which you guys tend to be pretty chill, and I know I'm supposed to be doing work, but I'm really doing this for the tutorials. I want to get my Revo version and see if I can clean out some room over here. Just a mess. I had all my Revo figures, I thought, where I could get to them. This closet is so full of stuff. It's like boxes upon boxes upon boxes. Like Mayfax boxes. Oh, I can see them. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. So I was wondering if... Oh, Josh Smith's Rocker Josh. Every time. Josh Smith. I like it when you show up, Josh. It makes me happy. Still waiting on my intro. Yeah, I bet this... I think this is like for an entire new video. For me to be like, what is the ultimate Carnage? I loved Maximum Carnage. That game was so frustratingly awesome. That red... I saw some people talking about how they still have their red, like, Super Nintendo cartridges and whatnot. Man, if you guys aren't familiar with this thing, this is crazy. Like, look at this. This is... Well, there's some accessories. This is the Revo one. And he looks a little more, quote-unquote, more realistic. Noah says, what do you do? What do you about? I think you said, what do you think about the Marvel Legends Spider-Man? I'm not gonna be getting those. I'm getting Prowler. I really want Prowler. I'm actually gonna be getting the Sentinel Miles. I canceled my Mayfax ones just because I don't think they're gonna fit into my collection. I'm not a giant Spider-Man fan. I do obviously like Carnage a lot. These are Josh. You don't owe me anything, bro. Just show up and enjoy yourself. That's all I ask. I'm sorry. Samurai Chris said, when you're trying to pull something out of the figure with a sharp tool, do you still have that "oh crap, don't stab yourself" feeling, or have more of a confidence in your control over time? It's funny you mentioned that earlier. I was like, hey, be careful. Like I just go in and do it. You know what I mean? But even earlier, I was like, hey, be careful because you can stab yourself. And then I stopped recording. And then, lo and behold, well, you can see a little right there. I stabbed myself. That happened earlier. I was just like, just keep going. So we just keep working. But, alright, you guys got me playing with my stuff here, dude. I shouldn't be doing this. I need to be doing that, Gosh dang, I forgot how many, like, crazy... This guy's got so many dang tendrils and pieces. I gotta... Yeah, this is cool. I forgot how awesome this thing was. Gosh, this thing is cool. Look at that. Man, this thing is bonkers. All the carnage. That's maximum carnage. Let's take this head. Let's put this back on. I feel like I'm about to like drop something and there's going to be pieces all over the ground. Yeah, out of all these, I would definitely say they're all really great. The Marvel Legends is obviously the cheaper option. He'd be third rung for me. Mayfax definitely takes the top, and then Revo in the pretty close second. He's super cool because he's more... I like the textures on him, but this is just so why I like comics and why I like the character that I cannot deny that that figure is so dang gorgeous. Like, there's just... Man, I don't know. I don't watch like action figure reviews and whatnot, so I don't know what people are saying about him, but just, I mean, take it from a fan for whatever that's worth. That figure is awesome and worth every penny. I know they're expensive, but that one's worth it. You got a ton of accessories. Like, look at this, man. Like, this is like all of this stuff right here. Just put him in a bag, and I put him in a little separate bag so I can get to him quick because I like him that much. And like all these little pieces right here come off. So you can have these like attach into somebody else, like if the symbiote was taken over, or if he's got like these crazy moves coming out of him and stuff. I'm like, oh, this thing is awesome. So yeah, I'm hyped about that one. I'm hyped about that one a lot. I've actually got some cutouts somewhere that I want to use. I wanted to do like an ACBA deal, but it seems like the more time I put into something, the less the less I like it. It seems like, or the less other people like it too. So I don't know. I kind of leave that to the professionals, I guess. Trying to figure out where this thing... There we go. Trying to learn the architecture of a figure box. I don't actually do customizing, no. Unfortunately, I do repairs. I did actually attach some shoes to a guy once. He sent me... It was kind of weird. He sent me, but I liked it. It was Reeboks and Nikes for for foot soldiers. That was kind of cool. I was like, this is really weird. Oh, cool. Spawn shipping has begun. That means more work is coming. Alright, gotta get ready for that one. Merry Christmas. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing before. Fire this up. Let's see what we got here. So I'm going to take this. Yeah, so what I did was I popped out the arm on Thor here. And you can see that there's, man, it is really hard to move this thing. It's like so stiff. So what I'm going to try to do is loosen it up a little bit. And so what I do generally when I heat, I'm going to go and record this. Tell you what. Hang on. Sometimes that happens. My phone gets like knocked to the side. So with a little heat around the edges here, I remove this from Thor, and you can just see how hard this thing is to get all the way bent in. The ratchet is just like really giving us some pushback. It moves, so it's not stuck. It's just hard to move, which is why this broke off. This had a much longer peg in it, and if I put a screw in here, and it's just going to do the same thing probably. So what I did was I heated it out, popped it out. What I do whenever I heat these up, which is what I'm about to do, I grip with a pair of pliers like so, and I'm going to heat this up, and what we're going to do is we're going to go in basically like this, and just try to go inside here and pry it a little bit to loosen it up. Let's heat this up. How's everybody doing tonight? How's your weekend going? You guys having a good one? I actually went through and organized about 3 shelves. They look a little bit better. They're still really cluttered though. It drives me crazy. I need to get rid of a lot of Marvel stuff. Alright, so now that we've heated this up, I'm going to go in here and just basically try to, I don't know if we can get this thing to kind of loosen up a little bit. A lot of times what you can do is try to find out like where the ratchet is and just kind of move that around in there. There's usually something that's stopping it from moving the way it's supposed to move. And it's still just really, really tight. Part of me wants to insert the see, here we go. Now we got a good grip on it. Okay, well that makes me feel better because it's going to be in there tighter, and I think we've got this thing way looser. Just kind of hard to grip the peg with my hands. Just shot out of there like a rocket. All right, yeah, cool. I think what I need to do is actually take a bigger screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and put it in here. But it looks like we've got a pretty good. It's definitely, yeah, we've definitely got something going on here. It's moving a lot easier. So I guess we just had to break up some of the plastic and whatever's in here that was just stopping it from moving. Edward, ooh, yeah, man, you know, I've been getting, since COVID, it seems like in my time, you know, I feel like since I'm always home, I can get up and do something for like my, you know, break during work. And so we've been slightly cleaning. We still need to clean out this hallway closet, which we said we're going to do for like the last 3 weeks. And then we got to clean out the laundry room, which are small areas, but they just seem to acquire so much. I don't know how. Jeremy, will this work to loosen up the ratchet in the Azrael Batsuit figure? When you say ratchet, Jeremy, do you mean his shoulder? I don't remember that being a... Oh, man. I'm sorry. Somebody asked me if I got Oscar. Oscar Reynoso. Are you still in here? Hey, Lions, you're here again. My man. I feel like I leveled up recently. Was able to resculpt that broken knee joint on my DCUC Kilowog. Yeah, big ups to you, man. That looked like a really clean job. I was very impressed. That's awesome, dude. I was really happy, and I hope that it works, because I didn't want to do it. I was like, dude, go for it. It looked really good. It looked exactly like what I would have done. So that was really cool. Man, Jeremy, I probably lost that figure. I just had him over here for the longest time. I was, why might be in the, nope, he's not in my box either. Dang. Well, shoot. I wish I could tell you what I did with that one. I went through the other day and I kind of cleaned house over here a bit, and I think I might have misplaced that one. Here's the red Azrael. I don't remember having a problem with that ratchet, but yeah, I mean, that's what I would do. If that's the issue you're having, that's exactly what I would do. I would get just a piece in there. What you really need right now is a, let me see, where's my, I can't seem to find my, I've got another screwdriver just like this one, only it's a, this is like the best screwdriver too. I need to get another one before this one, before I lose it. Just what I seem to do with everything. You can see this light box, it's a nightmare right now. I just try to shove everything into it so it was out of the way, and now it is just cluttered beyond belief with just stuff. Man, that's like my favorite. Sorry, just kind of trying to find this screwdriver. Is it up here? Did I put it up here? Oh, yeah. Okay, I put it up here. I tried to get organized and I lose my stuff. So yeah, something like this I think is going to help with the Thor here. But I think it would work the same with the, yeah, with your Azrael, for sure. I knew this Thor was going to be more of a problem. I fixed one of these for a guy in Vegas once, and yeah, there's something about him that's just crazy. You know, I own this one myself as well. Alright, let's see. So, heat it up one more time. And I've got a bigger screwdriver to try to basically get around every edge. I'm trying to be very careful and not stab myself with a dang screwdriver. I know this looks like I'm being pretty aggressive with it, but this is really, really strong plastic. And if it, for some reason, you can see like a dent right here. Once I heat that up again, it'll go away. Like I never did anything to it, which is pretty cool. Now, if you tear something, that's a problem. But we're not going to be able to tear anything. Gosh, this thing's hard to move. Still. Didn't think that was going to work. See that? Almost lost a finger there. Okay, yeah, I think that should do it. The only other option is to go in and cut this all the way, take it out, sand this down, put it back in, and try to super glue it back together, which is not what I like to do, but sometimes you have to do that. Especially if one of these breaks, you have to do that, so. Okay. I think that should be good. Let's take this and we'll put this on. So we're going to try to, I want to say I had to re-screw this earlier, or re-drill this. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's working fine. Don't want to push from the screw here. Once we also, this is, the plastic is still soft right now, but we're gonna super glue this in. That'll harden, and then we'll be able to move this around the way we want to. That's good. That fits the way we want. Put this on the edge of the screwdriver. Dab of super glue. Make sure that goes in straight. And we'll let that dry. We'll heat up this shoulder again. We'll pop this back in, and then we should be good to go. Sorry guys, let me look back to the chat here, what we got going. Samurai Chris asks, how is the Cyberpunk gameplay? It's great. I've only ran into one issue. I haven't played a whole lot just because I haven't had a whole lot of free time. I'm also playing on PlayStation 5, so apparently there's less issues on PS5 from what I've heard. My barber had an issue on his. He's actually asking for a refund. His was on PS4 and said anytime he fought more than like 2 people on the screen, it dropped to like 20 something frames, and I'm like, that's unacceptable. It seems like, man, I can't believe CD Projekt Red would try to pull this one on us, which is really disappointing because they're easily one of my favorite companies due to Witcher 3, and there was obviously a lot of deception that went on here, and it's pretty sad. I don't know whose fault it was, but you know who it looks bad on, and that's the company that put the game out. So, what else we got going on here? Noah's Arcade asks, when I get the Marvel Legends movie Venom, could you paint the Venom logo? No, I can't. That's not my wheelhouse. I'm not a customizer anymore. I might do a few paint touch-ups, but that's not. I just don't have time for it, man. There's plenty of wonderful guys out there that'll do that, though. Mariachi Samurai, he's a really good one, man. He's a friend of mine. He doesn't have as much free time as he used to, but he's a really good painter, and I would definitely suggest him. Jeremy Nelson, I took the ankles off my McFarlane Deathstroke, then dremeled away the notches, and then put some tape around the peg to tighten it up and put them back together. The ankle is a little loose, but they work. Tape, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would suggest tape, because that's going to wear over time. But I'm excited to get in and work with this thing. I think what I'm about to do, though, is figure out a way to make better straps on the legs, like these right here, because these are obviously causing problems for us to do the thigh swivel. And I feel like McFarlane's purposely doing that on the thighs to stop us from having better figures, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. I'm going to turn this into a much better figure. I'm actually pretty happy with this thing. I took off the gun so far right here, and that adds, you know, to this. I definitely see where Wade's complaint was with the, whenever you bend his leg back like so, and then you bend it forward and it catches the seat of the pants. But I mean, just, you know, that is a pain in the butt, literally. But it goes back. He moves like any other figure. I think he looks really cool. He's I haven't even modded this one yet, but with some modding, I can definitely tell you he'll move better here. I don't think he needs it in the chest as much because he's got this like rubber thing. He bends down pretty far. I don't know, man. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The shoulders don't even hinder that much movement because due to their weird butterfly joints that are not butterfly joints. But I don't know. The only thing that I just really hate about this figure is this sheath. This sheath is unforgivably bad. It's terrible. That, like, the fact that you could... This is terrible. This is embarrassing that McFarlane decided to put this out. That is so bad. To put all the work into this figure, all the detail, and for this to be... I don't know, man. That's a fail, for sure. But, you know what? A sheath can be made. So, that's cool. Ruben, dude, no. Mando hasn't showed up, man. He's lost in the mail. Like, the one figure that I was just dying to get a hold of, and he's lost. He's hasn't been updated since December 14th. Was supposed to be here last Saturday. He was literally supposed to be here a week ago, and nothing. Whenever I check the tracking on him, there's no update, that's what's happening right now with everything. There's no updates on anything since December 14th. Unless somebody can show, unless it was like delivered, then there's no update. It's super weird right now. And I hate that that's happening, but I'm sure he'll get here. I just think it's going to be a while. If you've seen like those, yeah, I know, man. It sucks, dude. It'll get here, though. Just gotta have faith and patience. I hope it gets here by Christmas. That'd be the best. Those people are working real hard, though, so... It'll get here, man. Like I said, we just gotta wait. I'm frustrated too, but I'm just trying to be cool about it, you know? Ain't nobody's fault. This is way harder than before, I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I finally got this thing. Yeah, bro, they are moving hard. Oh, Ruben, I will show you, though, since I don't know if you were here last time whenever I finished it. Got that arm of yours fixed? Dude. Look at that. Super, like, it's nice, and this is nice and snug. So, just so you know, arm's still in good hands. We'll get it done, bro. We'll get it done. Yeah, Danko, like, why make a hash sheath, right? Yeah, that'd be cool, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, you know what you should do is get the, get like a little, just need like a little clip. What would be cool is if you got like a, I don't know, like a little clip that you attach to like maybe like a screw head, like something flat or a piece of metal, and just put or if you were to put a screw, check this out. I got an idea. So you know how we've got this hole in the back right here, right? Obviously, if we remove our sheath. So what we can do, this would be cool. We can find us a screw, preferably one with a flat. Here we go. Looks like this one's already been cut for me. Nice. So we can take a screw like this one, and this one's been cut down short. And we can... Dang, this hole's way bigger than I thought. Actually, it looks like what I could do... Where'd my... Well, if I could find my... Where did my Dremel go? How do you lose a Dremel? Ha. Thank you and good night. What? Has anybody seen my Dremel? Swear, dude. Swear. It's the big gray gun-looking thing that I was using 20 seconds ago to, you know, do my job. Oh, it's somehow under a plastic bag. So what I was going to say here, and unfortunately I have to go in a little bit more. I didn't want to have to drill in. But we can take a screw like this and like put it in the back like that, which I know isn't the prettiest of things, but if we were to take one of these awesome so we can take like a magnet like this, these small rare earth magnets, and so clearly that's going to be like stick on there really well. If you were to find like any kind of clip, literally any kind of clip that would allow you to just super glue it on the back there, just super glue it onto the magnet, just a little tiny clip thing that you could put a staff into and just stick it to the back. So anytime you wanted to, like you could put a, like, I know this is a bad example, but let's just say this had a clip on it, you could, boom, now he's got a staff on his back. And then anytime you wanted to, you could take that off and even, you know, go so far as to just remove the screw. It's not, you're not going to see it, it's not going to do any damage because it's still in that hole. And then boom, you got yourself a pretty cool little staff holder there, I think. That gotta be pretty cool. Or what would be cool is if you cut, like, if you just made a staff out of like metal, just find a metal piece and just chink, there you go, you're done. You wouldn't even have to find a little holder for it. Or you still have like, there's a freaking hole on the, I mean, there's the sheath on the back. You could still like just slide it in there if you wanted to keep that piece in there. But the sheath that came with him is embarrassing. It's so bad. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, this figure probably would have been better had it not came with the sheath at all. Like, it's like, why not come with a sheath? It's like, no, but instead you come with this like garbage. Julian, I've been live for about 2 hours, I believe. I'm gonna try to knock out these other figures here and then call it a night. So let's see if we can't pop this onto Thor. So we're going to reheat the shoulder here. 118 minutes. Look at that. Dankum knows what's up. Do you have the new Marvel Legends Moon Knight? Yes. Which one? Are you talking about? I have both. I have the solid white one and the Walgreens exclusive, and then I have the black one with Crocs shoes. I just have to do the Face ID on my phone, so it's like, gotta change it to the side. I have to heat this up really nice. Yeah, the white one is great. Julian, I haven't done anything else with that Batman. I want to... There's something new I want to try with basically straps on figures. And I was at a Hobby Lobby today. Or no, I was by a Hobby Lobby today and I didn't go by because I was too excited because I found the Krang. It's messed up. Alright, so now that we've got this in here and loosened up, you can see that this is doing exactly what we want now. And I've heated up this arm. We should be able to pop this guy on. Well, that's actually not going where I wanted. Looks like we're going to have to take this out. To take that out and actually make this screw shorter. That's why we test first. Make sure I don't cut this thing too short. Man, this is surprising. I had to cut this short, surprisingly short. Samurai Chris, I mean, you definitely can for the Postal Service. You can do that. To answer your question, Noah, yes, I do have that one, and he is fantastic. All right. Put a nice dab of super glue back on it. Grab our paper towel. Got a little too much super glue. Just run that along the side and it'll soak it up. So now we just need to let him chill for a minute. And we'll go ahead and put the screws in the other ones. So many arms broken. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. So yeah, we'll check out Spider-Man while we're allowing super glue and to dry and plastic to cool. I think this will work. This doesn't give us a whole lot of real estate here to work with, so I don't want to go in too far, which I feels like that's not going to be. Man, I'm surprised. Some of these movie figures just have little to no room at all to work with. See, we have to snap these screws really short. I did it off camera, but I had to shorten the Thor screw as well. It's crazy. We'll cut down another. I hate it when this happens. When it doesn't go all the way through, which sometimes happens. Yeah, it's one of those things where we gotta go in, and what I would do now, since this is getting so dang small, is I gotta cut it like so, or not cut it, but grab it, and then try to, make sure you keep gripping it. That helps. There we go. That should be better. Now we can put this back into Spider-Man. Hopefully, we've got like 3 threads that we can use here. This is super small. Just like not a lot of real estate to use here. Can't even grip that with my hands barely. Sometimes all you need is 1 or 2 threads though. There you go. It sticks in there good. So you just don't have a lot of room to screw in there because, gosh, it's so small. It's like a real little bit of area. But we'll put this in. And I did a video over the screw trick before. It might have been on this figure. If not, it was on another Spider-Man. I can't remember. But yeah, this will be a nice snug joint too. And now we'll move over to Gobby, which is fitting right after Spider-Man. Oop. Get a good grip on your screw first. I think we're going to do, man, I don't know. I don't know why I decided to not cut these short enough. Guess just to be close. I don't know. I think it's better to be safe. I'd rather have to, you know, recut these than to, you know, cut them too short and then what do you do? So. We're going to take off 2 more threads. That's about the... Seems to be the safest way to go about it. And of course the piece that we need fell, but it's right here. I've been really lucky. I've dropped several pieces tonight and none of them have gotten away from me, so it's a good night. It's a really good night if I'm not losing any pieces. I'm going to take this here. And we're going to put that's about right where we want it. Super glue this. Nice little dab on there. Get it right there on the edge a little bit. The way it's into our deal. I think that should be good. This might have been a little further out, but sometimes it'll just add for a tighter fit. Since it's super smooth and it's not like rubber on rubber or plastic on plastic, so this will generally give you a nice smooth, more of a smooth rotation. And then while we're at it, let's test one more on Mr. Stark. The problem I got with this kind of screw is that the threading is so tiny. And let me see where, here we go. Yeah, this had a little more room to play with, so that should be good. Take our super glue. Fallen Goblin. There we go. Make sure it's straight. This should do it. Now we wait for all of our glue to dry and we'll reattach all the arms. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, so Samurai Chris. Oh man, sorry. Hang on, Samurai. I'll get back to that. I see your question and I'm excited to answer. What do we got here? Sorry, what did I miss? Yeah, Ricky, I'll look into that. Ricky M, are you... I feel like we've spoken before, but what is your name on... Oh, wait, Ricky, are you on... Do you have a picture of Frankenstein as your face, or as your... what was that, your profile photo on Instagram? We should message me on Instagram if you're on there, and we'll work through that together. I want to find a metal staff as well. I want to find the right size, because obviously like a coat hanger is going to be too thin. We need something a little thicker, so we'll try to find that journey together. Let's see. Oh, Wisman. I'm working on fixing a broken shoulder peg from the Bandai Boba Fett kit. Screw didn't hold, superglue didn't hold, Procreate putty didn't hold, so now I'm trying Loctite plastic bonder. Oh, Wisman, let me know how that works. I need to see a picture of what you're messing with, man. Send me a message. Maybe we can figure it out. Let's see. What else were we looking at here? Calvin J said he once used a round barbecue stick that I used to stick parts for painting as a bow staff for Robin. Just painted it gunmetal. Yeah, a little skewer stick that's a pretty good idea, actually. Oh, metal skewer might be good. Sand that down, hit it with a, all I'd have to do is use my table sander outside too, with a big grinder stone. Man, that might actually be a good idea. I'll talk to my grandfather too and see what he thinks. Just find that right. Because, I mean, if we found like something like that was this thick, like is this like smaller screwdriver, so if it fit, none of these have open hands. Oh, here's an open hand. Like something like that, that'd be a pretty good size. Let's see. Samurai Chris said, what are your top 3 video games? Oh my god. Mega Man 2. Are you talking about like now or all time? Because that makes a big difference. Let's see. Ricky Emma says, it speaks volumes to me how different the villains were in the Raimi trilogy versus the current Spider-Man movies. Yeah, I mean, but I think in both, some are good, some are bad. Yeah, I like Andrew Garfield as Peter. I thought he was cool. What's up, action figure expert? Happy holidays to you. It's awesome. Thank you for showing up. Ivan says the wire of his Mayfax Dark Knight Returns managed to get out. It made a little hole and it keeps slipping out, and now it fell out of the plastic overlay, and now I don't know what to do. I'd have to take a look at that one. God, those capes are crazy. Like, God, trying to get into those is insane. Okay, Ricky, yeah, I've talked to a guy named Ricky on there before, so you're just a different one. Calvin, I think a metal straw would be a little too thick. I think that'd work if you covered up the top, maybe for a 1/6 figure, but I don't think 1/12. I think it'd be way too thick. Wisman said, should melt and fuse the PE. I don't know, man. That'd be interesting if it melts that PE, dude. But Michael, hey, man, if you need a cast, I know a guy that will cast something for you. Samurai Chris, so top 3 video games of all time would be Mega Man 2. God. One of my favorite games growing up was Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2. It was it was just one of the funnest games I'd ever played in my life. I love that thing so much. Top 3 of all time. I don't know. I can only think Mega Man. I don't know. I like look around at all the characters that I collect in here, and it's like Like, I love Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. And probably Resident Evil 1, I guess. Those are the only games I can remember going through and playing through them more than like 4 times. I love those games. Those are probably my top of all time. I love the Resident Evil 1 remake too. I would keep, like, for me, Resident Evil would be fine if they just kept redoing the first game. Red Dead Redemption? Absolutely. Yeah, that's him. I love those games. Like, it's hard to say, like, top 3 of all time, because I can just tell you what games impacted me the most. But, like, Red Dead 2 right now is, like, one of the funnest ones online. I love that environment. I wish they would give us more. I'm actually about to jump back, I think, into Grand Theft Auto, because they just released a new deal. I'm playing Cyberpunk right now. Which I love. I love it. It's going to be one of my favorites. I already know it is. It just needs to be, you know, the bugs need to be worked out. They released it too early. People were constantly complaining and pushing, like, well, it needs to come out. Stop delaying it. Stop delaying it. Well, they didn't, and here we are. But I don't know whose fault it is, but the game needs work, and that's sad. It shouldn't need work whenever it's released like that. That's what I hate about modern gaming is, like, your game can be released unfinished. And they're like, oh, we'll just fix it along the way. It's like, dude, it's like, chill, just relax or whatever. But I don't know how that business works, so I know there's got to be some kind of protocol and whatnot in there, but just, ugh, sucks. Ghost of Tsushima is easily one of the best games ever. That is so good. Witcher 3 is one of the best games ever. It's freaking crazy. Oh, Edward, absolutely, man. Top 3 is like, It's like, I could tell you probably my favorite games, like, on each console, maybe? Although 64 would be really hard to pick a favorite. Be really hard. But, man, yeah, in Cyberpunk, I won't spoil anything for anybody that hasn't played it yet or not, but if you have played it, you probably know what I'm talking about. Something very... It's basically like, so the tutorial feels like it takes like 8 hours long. And I got to a point where the story finally picks up. Something really, really important happens to a specific character, and it was emotional, and the game died on me, quit. So I bring it back up, and another glitch happens that ruins the moment again, and I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. So that sucked. The Last of Us 2 is winning Game of the Year awards everywhere. It should. The game's fantastic. And to all those people that hated on the game, that couldn't stand the fact that, like, the main character was gay, or that a character that they liked got taken out of the game. It's like, I'm sorry, but the game is fantastic. The story is good. It made you feel something. And it seems like people are so sensitive these days, and yet... And they hate that people are sensitive these days, but when they feel something, it makes them angry instead of just feeling. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel, like, different. But it's like, I really... Man, Video Game Donkey is one of my favorite people on YouTube. And I don't watch a lot of YouTube people. And I love Video Game Donkey. And his Last of Us 2... is so good. His review is so funny, man. It's so good. Yeah, the sequel, like, it was I thought the sequel was perfect. And I think it had to happen, and people didn't want it to happen, you know? But I'm sorry it did. You know, it happened. And that's that. And I guarantee you, the majority of those people that were complaining and upset and sad and threatening the actresses, like big tough guys threatening the actresses and talking bad about, you know, give me a break, guys. You grow up. You grow up and you got to move on. A, it's a video game, but B, You know, it is a business, and I'm sorry if it made you feel a certain type of way, but it made everybody feel certain types of ways. It's a fantastic game. No complaints at all on that one. Yeah, Edward, dude, he said top 3 in 80s. My take: Zelda 3, Metroid, The Double Dragon 2, and X-Man 2. Oh man, Double Dragon, bruh. Ugh. I put some time into Double Dragon. I love those. That it was like one of those co-op games that you could just pick up and play with your friend next door or across the street. Oh, so good. Zelda 3, that's an interesting one. That's a good one. Metroid is Metroid's still Super Metroid is so frustrating. I'm playing Cyberpunk on PS5, Oscar. Ricky M. Yeah, man. I left Facebook to get away from that stuff. It's like there's good people out there, and I think we have to take it upon us to find them. And it's not to say you can just avoid everybody or avoid all negativity, but I think it has given us the chance to not only say your piece, but also like not get caught up in the hype of something of like all the hate and hatred and anger. And I mean, my God, the politics, literal politics that took Facebook. And it was like, I can't. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. You know, it's just really gross. People need to start helping each other and not fighting against each other so much. People all want to be a Republican or a Democrat and not just like work together. Like if your guy lost, I'm sorry, but you can also figure out how to help the guy that won. You know what I mean? Instead of being a sore loser, or we can all win. Just because your guy didn't win doesn't mean that this whole place is going up in flames. I wish people would help each other more. But anyway, I said I wouldn't talk politics, and I won't. That was as far as I'll go. Yeah, dude, Oreo, I get that, man. Or like, I don't know, man. It's weird. People are weird. Was I a Genesis guy or SNES? I was an SNES guy, but I liked the Genesis. I just didn't own one. My cousin Rob, like he owned every system. This dude, and he was not rich. We weren't rich at all, but he would bust his backside to go mowing lawns and make sure that he had the newest console. Like he always would have the newest console. Back then, you could just go buy them. What a concept. But yeah, he had a Genesis, so he was the only place I could play like a Sega was his place or my buddy Scott's. He had one too. I remember we had the 32X and we would jam out on Doom, and he had a game called what was it, Shakar or something, some crazy, I don't know. I played some Sega games that were really fun, but I had a Super Nintendo. So, and my first game on Super Nintendo was Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Man, God, that game was awesome. So much fun. Yeah, Ricky M. Step away from it, man. Just step away from that stuff. Yeah. That's good, man. That's good that you found a way to kind of cope, because it's tough right now, man. It's crazy out there. That's why I think this group that tends to join in on my feeds, I think everybody pretty much came from Unparalleled Universes group, and it's a small group that's here, and this small group is freaking awesome. I never see anything crazy going on in the comments. I never see people fighting in here. I see people, if people disagree, then they disagree, and they're okay with that. They're like, oh, cool, that's cool that you think that way. I don't think that way. I mean, but now that I know you think that way, I'm respectful towards that, which is what a human should do. It's not hard. But yeah, that's, I like this group a lot. It's really cool. Oreo said, with how good you are fixing figs, would you say your tolerance for QC has gone up or down over the years? I think it depends, man. I think if I keep seeing the same issue after it's after multiple people have complained, and if I've tagged the company tons of times, it's not meaning they're going to see it every time. They might have me blocked because they don't want people seeing, you know, hey, your toys are breaking. And I'm not bashing the company. I'm literally trying to fix your product to get it back in the hands of your consumer. But if it keeps happening, Mezco, their stuff, those wrists keep breaking. Why haven't they addressed it? That's what bothers me, is when a company doesn't address it. Even CD Projekt Red, who put out a broken game, is offering up refunds for a game that went out to millions of people and are apologizing for it too. That's awesome. It's awesome. I think it's really cool, man. I think that's big of them too. I think it sucks that they had to do it, but I think it's awesome that they are doing it. You know? Alright. Let's see, let's get back to this. I'm gonna knock these out. This is these are gonna be all I'm doing tonight. This was quite a bit. And there's still a lot to this job, so we'll have another one of these. Did you see that video by Restro Blasting called Necrophilia? No, that's disgusting. Action Figure Expert says, do you like Mega Man? Does it piss you off? There has not been a solid toy line of Mega Man figures making every boss. Absolutely, it upsets me. I love Mega Man. I have a lot of Mega Man merchandise. I'm actually really upset and sad that I missed out on the Cutman 2-pack because he's one of the only bosses. In fact, probably, yeah, he is the only besides Vava, and I don't have Vava either. So I was like, well, that sucks. Yeah, I cannot believe a company hasn't capitalized. Even the model kit companies could be making, like, they could be making awesome robot, like awesome the bosses, and then have like even we've got the Mega Man X, we got the regular Mega Man, even like I said, even if it's just the model kit companies making them, and then we could have like the swappable parts or whatever. It doesn't make sense. Especially Sentinel's probably my favorites. The D-Arts ones are really, really cool, but this one's super cool. Check this out. I don't know if you guys have seen the Chogokin. This thing is so dope. I bought this from a dude on Facebook for crazy cheap, but look at this thing. So it's like, this is Rush, and it turns into Rush, and then all this it turns into armor and puts on it fits on Mega Man. I've just got them displayed like this. It's got some like it's got die-cast parts in it and whatnot. It's so freaking cool. But yeah, I'm a huge Mega Man fan. I've got almost all the model kits. I try to keep up with them as much as I can. Like obviously, it's no surprise or no secret that I'm a big gamer. So I like collecting my video game stuff. It's some of my favorite stuff. And I love Turtles. And so, like, Turtles and the video games is just like a dream come true. It's hard, man. It's hard being a Ninja Turtle fan, though. That Target stuff. If it wasn't for Oreo Mega today, man, I wouldn't have found that praying. I know I wouldn't have. Because I don't go looking for that stuff usually because I don't think I can find it. And, I mean, some people might say, well, that's why you're not finding it. It's like, man, the scalpers out there. It was super cool today, man. Oreo's like, hey, man, I found it, but they won't let me buy two. And I thought that was awesome. I thought that was fantastic. The fact that they weren't letting somebody walk out with two of them was awesome. I hope that's a new practice. And if you're wanting an army build, sorry. You know what I mean? Like, man, other guys need a chance. At least to get one. Because I'd rather have one than, you know, none. I even told him that. I was like, dang, do they have Splinter and Baxter? Because I would love, man, if I could knock out both, that would be
just impossible. It's not gonna happen. He's like, nah, unfortunately, praying. And I was like, well, it's better than nothing. He's like, yeah, unfortunately, in quotes, you know. It's like, so both of us walked out with that one. So that was a really cool moment to get that help, man. That means more to me than you know. Each one of these arms is fitting like a dream. Hoping the Spider-Man one fits the right way too. That would suck if you couldn't buy 2 figures at the same time. It would until it's a scalper that's buying all your stuff. Then, does it suck that you can't buy 2 figures, or does it suck more that you can't buy 1 at all because it's not there, because somebody's trying to put it up for double the price on eBay? Honestly, I'd rather... I wish NECA would start doing their stuff made to order like they did with the Token Razar. Straight up. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you didn't get it at the time, that sucks, but people will also capitalize on that. They'll buy, you know, however many, and for people that didn't get it, they'll charge them out the wazoo later. It sucks, but it's like, at least it gives everybody a chance at one point to get everything. It's crazy. NECA is listed as non-durable goods. Really? It's crazy. I didn't know that. Yeah, NECA's an interesting one, man. Oh, and it was also pretty funny. What was it? I think it was Randy, the owner of NECA, came out and said that NECA figures don't ever go on clearance. And last weekend I was able to grab Sam from Trick or Treat at Walmart for $15, and then Laurie Strode, like the Jamie Lee Curtis from Halloween, for $10 at a freaking GameStop in the same day. It was awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure your name's right. Into me snob. Said I was prepping legs. How did those go? They went great. The only ones I actually had an issue with was 2 of the Cyberpunk ones. I took them up to gave them to my client, and the right legs popped off. Not where I customized them, but at the hip. So I actually started messing with mine, and it was doing the same thing. Both of them on the right hip were popping off. So I had to take them off and sand it down a little bit, and it fixed it. I actually went and met him in person. Hung out with him for a bit. Super cool guy. Super, super cool guy. So that was actually kind of worked out pretty nice. But yeah, they all turned out really well. And in fact, like I said, I went back and I grabbed these 2 from him. So now, if you wanted to see like V, like here's V with his. But yeah, this leg right here would just pop right off whenever it moved forward. But now we're good. And yeah, so I got him, and then we've got Takamura. These are good. And then I gave him head, swivel, better articulation. So yeah, pretty cool. It makes those Cyberpunk figures so much better too with the thigh mod. It's ridiculous. Let's see what we got going on here. 5VF. I think the new NECA Turtle stuff is going to be readily available to everyone, seeing how many Target has been ordering for each store. I hope you're right, because they only ordered 4 Krang for that current one. And I got 1, and Oreo got 1. Crazy. Yeah, they should mass produce action figures. No kidding. Wouldn't that be amazing? What a concept that would be. Those made to order ones, though, for Token Razar, man. I know a lot of people bought them. I know they made good money off that stuff. Probably making more, because more people could get a hold of them and would be buying them. Ricky M. I'm fairly certain my Figuarts Harley wrist peg is gonna break soon. Oh, that sucks, man. You could always heat it up, or if you pop it out, you could actually either take a sanding bit and sand down the peg just a little bit, and it makes it easier on them. Or if you want to be bold, you can just drill out every single hand, which I've been known to do before, and I'm like, this is dumb. All you had to do was sand the peg down. Way easier. Oscar Reynosa said, this week we had a toy convention in Mexico where they sell figures for retail, and some dude bought all the retro Spider-Man and the Beskar Mandos. Like, man, I don't understand people like that, man. Those people are gross. And if that's your hustle, if your hustle is to make things harder for people to get and make people spend more money, like that's your job, then no, man. If you believe in the big guy upstairs and he's not happy. Alright, let me finish off this video here. Hang tight, guys. Let me finish this off. So, after heating up the arms, I've reattached all of them, and we are good as new. Every single one of these worked out. There was a few hiccups along the way, but our biceps are good. Our arms are swiveling the way they should. Some of them are actually tighter than they were before, which is pretty nice. You've got good range in them. You've got the Thor was the weirdest one. So this is the one that kind of threw me off the most. I've had issues with this guy before too, but as you can see now, he's good to go. And we did get that bicep is all set. And then Cap, we're good here. I actually can't remember which one I fixed. I think it was this one. So that's a good sign. But yeah, so we got them all up here running and good. And this was pretty cool. This was a new one for me. Definitely a different, I don't know. I'm trying different things right now, so I'm hoping you guys are really liking these different kind of experiments and whatnot. But oh man, hang on, Spidey's not done. Peg's too short. We got a legend down. Come on now. Well, peg was in there good enough, but it wasn't long enough. That's some of the problems that I've got with some of these film figures, is they don't give you a lot of real estate to work with. But I think I cut this peg just a little too short. Come on. Yeah, it's so short I can't even grip it with my thing. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it had a hook on the end there instead of a flat edge. I didn't sand it down good enough. Womp womp. Alright, not a problem. We'll just jump back in. Let's see if I got the right size screw for him. I think this is the same exact one. Cool. Alright. Take two. Redo that whole shot. I'm like, yeah, and everything's good to do, so here we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the... Oh. Spider-Man breaks. Everybody laughs. Alright, Spidey. Edward's like, that Spider-Man's looking good. His arm falls off.
Whoops. Ah, the peg was just a little too short. That's okay. That's why I test them all before I send them off. I think I just went through these, trying to knock these out fairly fast, so that's on me. I think this hole could be bigger though. There we go. I don't think I drilled in far enough. Do you ever customize or just fix and mod? I used to customize. I don't have time for it anymore. And plus people are... Here's the cool thing. When you go to repair a figure, a person wants one thing. They want it repaired. They don't generally care how you repair it. As long as it looks good and works well, great. When people want things customized, they want everything in particular. They want this change, that change. This, you know, it's too much work, and there's not enough. Honestly, there's just not enough payoff in the end. And I'm not even talking about financially. It's just mentally draining a lot of times. I had some real good clients when I did do repairs that I just really loved, but I just had to stop because it just turned into a thing where it was just too much work, and they take too much time, and I'm not really, I'm just not built for it. I'm just not built for it. I feel bad when I don't get stuff done fast, which is something that I've had to learn. Like, I need to take my time, because you saw just now, like, I went through all these fairly fast tonight, and at the end, we had 4 out of 5. It's not acceptable. We need 5 out of 5 to work. If this would have got back to Edward and he would have twisted that arm off, then I gotta pay for him to ship it back to me. Customizing for myself, now that is something I do like doing. Yes, I love customizing for myself. One of my favorite projects, oddly enough, vainly enough, is me. This is my own little custom me. It's really fun to do stuff like this. I don't know why I like doing this. I don't know. I think it's just cool to have a figure of yourself. You know, we all these superheroes around, and then I could do stuff like, well, like this. Like I could take, here's an old custom Moon Knight that I've retired that I made. So this is actually a custom I made. This is a custom Moon Knight from an old Black Panther body and different pieces that I put together and gave him one of his big spiky claw. But what I did was I made this magnetic. But now with stuff like this, and I've got my own custom version of myself, I can be Moon Knight now. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, that's really fun to me. Like, that is just the most fun. Or, now check it out. Now Maru's a Jedi. You know what I mean? Like, look, like I make a good Jedi. But that's what I like, man. That's one of my favorite things to do is, and then I've got them all these like pieces right here, and instead of putting like guns or something like that, I put tools in there. I think that's fun to be like, I'm the repair guy. You know, I repair stuff on figures, and then I repair stuff around my house, and it's just fun like that. So this is my Toychanic figure. Is it vain that it looks like me and it is me? Yes, it is. But is it fun? Also, yes. Oh yeah, Loose Collector, you like that? It does, right? He's got like the little, I got my I sculpted this little bun here, just like mine, and so pretty cool. This is what I need to do is just paint this hair blonde, right, and the red beard. I can have myself, or check this out. It's like, look at this. The year is 2050. Still repairing. Still looking good and repairing. It's funny. This figure actually probably could work for me. Long hair and a beard. Apparently that's me. Oh look, now. See if this will work. Now I'm a villain. See? Now I'm coming after Spider-Man. But no, I like this. I really like this shirt too. This shirt's cool. I actually own a shirt like that too, so it's pretty cool. Alright. Do I super glue this in? Oh, I need to put my googles on. I think I will have that hair at that age. My grandfather's got great hair, and I'm not losing any of it yet. 36 right now, so I think we're doing okay. No signs of male pattern baldness anywhere, so. My grandfather has a full head of hair on my mom's side, so I think I might be okay. Knock on solid wood. Don, carry him around in my pocket like Wade. I used to carry a solid snake and the Gray Fox around, the 3 3/4 inch figures. I love those figures. The Revo minis. Now Spidey's going to be looking good. Dang, look how... I don't know what I was thinking. Look how short. Can't even see how short that is. That is like... There's nothing to it. Nothing to that. Alright. Set them up here. All these little pegs. God, look at all these little pegs. Oh, that's the one that came off of Thor. It's just like a flat, nothing to it. I'm sure where the other, I think we had one more. One more's missing. I think it's the Captain America one's missing right now. Oh well. Yeah, it's wild that these are all different. You can see just how, like how thin. Crazy thin, like nothing to that. And these have some. This is Iron Man. This is the one that came off of the Thor, which there's just nothing to it. This is obviously Green Goblin, and tiny Spidey one. So yeah, mine was. My peg was probably about this long, which it obviously needs to be a little bit longer to go in there. So ridiculous. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I love those Overwatch figures. I'm excited for Overwatch 2. Ricky M. Yeah, I put him on Quill. Quill Maru. Love it. Yo! Yo! Dude! Look at this. This Spider-Man's feet are backwards. Like, they're on the wrong feet. They're on the wrong legs. They're on the wrong ankles. Yo, Edward, you still in here? Look at this. Bruh. The feet... I was just looking down at them. The feet are swapped. Those are totally backwards. Opposite. Not backwards, opposite. Dang, what the heck?
That is crazy. Well, you get a freebie on this one, buddy. Man. Here we go. All right. Now we're good. Wow. That... Thanks. Thanks, Hasbro. Sheesh. I can't believe that. Man, that would have sucked if I would have noticed that. I don't remember him telling me about that. If he did, then I'm sorry I forgot. But I was like, what the heck? These feet are on the opposite sides. Okay. Alright. I think I'm going to leave that blooper in with Spider-Man, though. I think that's funny. So yeah, we just needed a longer screw there for Spider-Man. Obviously that twisted right off. So now we've got a longer screw in there. We just heated up this arm. Boom. Now we're good to go. So we've got Spider-Man, who's good to go. Bicep works, up and down. Swivel's good. Swivel's good this time. We got Thor, who is our problem child today. His bicep is good. Bends up and down the way it's supposed to now. Left and right. Snug. He's good to go. Got Iron Man. He's all set. Works. Got Green Goblin. Nice and snug. These don't move up and down as much as I wish they did, though. That's as far as they go. But that's just factory. And then we've got old Mr. Rogers. Good to go. So, we are good to go. As always, I hope you learned something. Wow, I sound like an idiot. So as always, I hope you learned something today, and keep repairing. Does that even make sense to say keep repairing at the end of these things? Like, I don't know. I said that one day, and my buddy Clayton was like, well, I saw you got your catchphrase. I was like, huh? He's like, keep repairing. I was like, oh, I guess I did say that. I was like, I guess I'll just say that from now on. So yeah, there's some that are done. We knocked out 5. God, there's a lot more of these to do. If that just kind of, if that's any inclination as to how long simple repair goes, like, so, you know, if you're happy getting paid, you know, $5 or $6 an hour, then get into Toychanics. It's toy repair, man. People ask me sometimes, they're like, do you do this for a job? I was like, did you see how much I just charged you? There's no way I can survive on this. There's just no way. And work is steady, for sure, but crazy. Putting these all back in the plastic bags that came in. So I would say so they don't get scratched up, but these figures have been through the ringer with this kid. And now he gets to play with his Green Goblin. I'm hoping that all these repairs hold up, man, because I do repair for some kids every now and then, and so far, well, the thing is I want people to be able to repair the figures themselves. I'm not in this for, obviously I'm not in this for the money. I do got some good tippers though, which is great, especially around Christmas time. It's always good. Oh man, take care, Edward. He's probably already gone. Either way, that was cool that him and his son showed up. Those are the ones that I was repairing these for. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to do another. I'll have to do another live stream on these things, man. I've got. So that was just. Those were quote unquote the easy ones, man. Look at this. This guy's. Look at this. We got a War Machine. Let's see. Let's sound off. Let's list them off here real quick. There's a War Machine with a broken hip. There's an Iron Man with a broken thigh. There's a Ant-Man with a missing peg. There's a movie Hawkeye Ronin whose knee is completely disassembled. It's ripped and shredded. We got a Red Skull here with a broken hip. Got a Spider-Man here who's completely in pieces. Got a Loki here who is his hip is destroyed. But it looks like it might just need to be super glued back, but we'll see. There's a Beetle figure in here who doesn't have, I don't know if there's something missing. There's a, looks like he's got a broken wrist peg. It says a wrist peg in here. I don't know if he just needs me to remove it or what, because I don't have the hand that goes with it. We got an Iron Man here who's says hand pegs and shoulders, so there's definitely 2 hand pegs stuck in there. And his shoulder pads are, I guess, broken off. It looks like it. We've got a Captain America who's, looks like both of his legs are broken off. And we've got a Marvel whose head is broken off and it's missing a piece in the neck. And for all of this, I believe I'm charging him $150. Merry Christmas. I just want to be able to teach people these. You know, I want to teach people how to fix these. So Edward, so just remove the peg. Okay, cool, man. The Iron Man, while I've got you, the Iron Man's missing, he's got the pegs, but he doesn't have any hands. Am I just, so on the ones that says remove the pegs, do I just remove the pegs? If that's all, yeah, I can knock those out. Just need to make sure, I didn't know, because I didn't see a hand in there, so want to make sure I'm reading you right, which you've been great with communication, so it's not like I can't contact you. So, I get a soft spot when it's for kids, especially when it's for the kids. I'm like, ugh. All right, cool, man. Awesome. Well, then that's pretty cool. Yeah, some of these are shattered. Some of them are... It looks like some might just need to be, like, super glued back. it's just in the right spots so they stay that way. One, man, that one, gosh. Oh, there's a Star-Lord somewhere around here too, wasn't there? Yeah, there's a Star-Lord somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Just take off the out the broken off peg. He's got a ton of hands. Cool. Cool, man. We can definitely do that. Yeah, and like I said, I'm gonna do a video on the repairing of the ankle, but I think I might have a spare quill in fodder that I can either swap out the boot for you or just send your way. But I'll still do a video on the repair because I've repaired a lot of those. But since he is a kid, I want to make sure that I don't send it to him and it like breaks. That would suck. Good night, Edward. I appreciate you showing up, man. Thank you for your support and thanks for the job. Appreciate it. Box of fodder. Alright, no more tutorials, no more repairs now, guys, so I'm done repairing for the night. If you guys want to send me a little Christmas gift, my PayPal is billmaru@yahoo.com. Oh look, it's me if I was a ripped elf. Look at that hair. Oh, I should have asked Edward that. I should have asked him if he. I don't know if he actually collects or not. I think he's just a cool dad. See what we got here. Oh man, cool. There's an oldie but goodie. Actually, I think these are the boots I used on my custom Moon Knight. It's got the straps on, yeah. Dude, this was one of my favorites. I think his butt's around. His butt's turned around. Hang on a second. That ain't right. Can't do read like that. Yeah. Man, this was one of those hot figures back in the day. I liked them. Like tons of Boomerang figures in there and sorts of fun fodder. Man, I swear I've got a who was that bald guy in here? I thought that was like some kind of soldier. It is a soldier. What the where did he come from? I don't remember having two of these guys. Man, if you guys remember these, those Plan B figures. They were awesome. Yeah, Don, alright? That still looks like Elon Gruffhold, man. It's crazy. Like, I think, like if somebody like Casting Cave painted that head, it would look exactly like the actor. Oh, yeah, man. I don't know where the hat's at, but I've got this complete, like these those Plan B figures were cool back, man. They're still pretty cool. They still fit in pretty well. Remember they had like SWAT team members and all sorts. Like this is just a firefighter. It looks super cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Man, it's crazy looking at these things. Going back and finding all these. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna get a good Fantastic Four movie. It's coming. It's coming. It's gonna be great. I think at this point we should just trust Marvel and just enjoy what they're giving us, because it sure has been easy to enjoy everything. Sheesh. Some shoulder pad. Trying to see if I've got a... Oh wow. Look at this old. Look at this classic. The old Judge Death from the legendary Comic Book Heroes line. This is still... I always thought this would make a cool Toad figure. Just because of how skinny he is. It looks like... I don't know. I think he'd make a good Toad. Still cool. Oh, here's my Bat Azrael. On top. This isn't the right Star-Lord. Huh. Man. I need to go through my fodder again. Oh wow, man. You remember these, like the SOTA figures that from that show Charm? These still actually hold up fairly well. Like double elbows, double knees. We got those old ugly ball hips. And there's no ab crunch, but still. SOTA wasn't bad, man. Although this does not look anything like Alyssa Milano. I don't know who sculpted that one. She looks kind of like a confused, I don't know, like your create a character gone wrong or something. But like the Rose McGowan head. I don't know, won't focus. Not bad. Kind of crazy going through all these old figures though. A lot of memories in here. And I found my Azrael Batman. Trying to see what who was asking me about this earlier. They said the ratchet joint in the Azrael shoulder. Somebody was asking me about that. Fell out. What villain would you like to see in the movie, in the Fantastic Four movie? Mole Man or Annihilus? Mole Man would be kind of fun, but I think I'd like to see somebody else at this point. I think maybe give somebody else a chance to shine. But I'm not a big, like, I don't know a whole lot about the Fantastic Four. I like Reed Richards. I like The Thing. But other than that, I don't really know anything about them. I did like that old cartoon. I think Doctor Doom is going to be the next... I know we got Kang coming, which is going to be... That's exciting. That actor playing Kang is awesome. So that's going to be cool. I think Doctor Doom is going to be done extremely well next time around. I'd be willing to bet. Oh, also, like, check your Walmarts right now if you're looking for some fodder or something, or cheaper figures. I got T-Bird here for, or Warpath, excuse me, for $11. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Ricky M. Yeah, The Incredibles. Yeah, exactly. It's like sometimes you just like kind of wish like they would just do animated movies instead, especially for X-Men. It's like, oh, who's going to play Wolverine? I'm like, just let Steve Blum voice him in a great animated movie. That'd be awesome. Huh. Don Draper, dude. You're killing me. Fantastic Four. Boomer heroes. Dang it. Yeah, he was $11, and then I actually got Thunderstrike. I bought another Thunderstrike for $11, and I went back today to buy Jocasta for what I thought was going to be 11. She was $20. I'm like, no. And she's like, well, I can take off $3. I'm like, it's still not worth it. Sorry, I'm hungry. Man. Let me tell you this. With the, this Krang figure. Yeah, Steve Blum. He's like the best voice for Wolverine. Like, ever. The fact that this Krang comes with this is amazing. Is Thunderstrike supposed to be me screaming? I guess if I had a receding hairline. Like, oh, this is kind of cool. I can actually show you. Let's see, where's he at? Where you at, homie? So yeah, what I did was took so this is the one that I modded. So I sculpted his hair in and painted it, and then gave him some freaking, God, look how high that hairline was going up. That is insane. That is just too much. There's like nothing to it. This looks, no. There's also a hair curl in the picture, like that's in the on the actual box art. So like this is like wrong. And then I also took this out and made it articulate. But this thing,
Here you go. There's a side-by-side comparison. Let's see. Ridiculous. Oh, dude, yeah. The baby shredder, man. You want us to bump you, boss? Freaking Rocksteady. This episode is so funny, man. If you type in Baby Shredder on YouTube and watch like the 4-minute clip, man, it's so great. Just watching that old stuff. My question though is why does Baby Shredder have like 4 toes? He doesn't have like 5. He only got 4 toes, but he's got 5 fingers. Even he's upset about it. He's so confused. This is a great. I love this figure, man. Big thank you to Oreo Mega for telling me about this today, man. He even tried to grab me one, like I said. I don't know. I can't stop bragging about him. Just thought that was really cool. Oh yeah, I guess he got mutated, huh? It was supposed to be the Fountain of Youth. This thing is super cool though, man. I'm really happy with this guy. I think I tried to stand him up yet. Let's see if he stands. Alright, cool. Baby Shredder stands. Man, these accessories, though, are off the chain. Here, I don't need this anymore. Put this over here. Ooh, don't spill a drink. That would suck. Look at this thing. Big Baby Shredder looks like a homie figure. Oh man, I used to collect those, man. That's funny. The question though is which is the better buy? Do we do NECA? Or do we grab the NT01 Cerebral? First Goken. Here comes the comparison, boys. And possibly girls. The Incredible D Amazing hooked me up with this. Which I will never forget. Cool. Like, what are your mutant abilities? I have 8 toes. You're in. There we go. Man. Look at you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Oh, hang on. Hang on, let's make this more interesting. Boom. That's right. That's right. It lights up. Man. I don't know. I mean, while this one is obviously cartoon accurate, this one is just so freaking nice. Got these rubber fingers. These are metal or die cast. This is first Goken. And if you really want to poop your pants, let's do another comparison real fast. Get him over here. Get your bib down, boy. Dang. This is supposed to go under the, Oh yeah, Calvin, like I said, I'm a pretty big Ninja Turtle fan, man. If I could get it, I tried. I got the Mondo Turtles, too. I really like them a lot. Let's see what we got going on here. Man, I just kind of feel bad for like the cartoon Shredder whenever this fool shows up. Yes, he's tall. He's also freaking amazing. This is like metal or die cast. It's like crazy. And then he's got the hair piece. Comes off. So we got this bad looking mofo here. And then his hands are like kind of a softer rubber. So you can take these, which are also freaking nice, man. They're sharp too. You gotta watch out. These things will stab you in the hand. Like, I just pushed this into my chest and like almost killed myself. Like for the longest time, this was just like my perfect super shredder. Yeah, look at him. Seriously? This is supposed to be me. This. So, it's like look at it, it's like The Office. Seriously. Snap zooms. This thing is dope, dude. One of the cooler things too that comes with him is the you get this awesome like weapon stand, and the weapons are super cool. Like I should have these cast and shrunk. They're so good. Like, look how cool like Donatello's bow staff is. That's just a bow staff. Man, nah, they didn't make turtles. This would have been awesome. Like, look at these. Look at those raft size. These things are really cool. And then you got, these are Mikey's Chucks. These are really cool. And of course, like Leo's blades. And they've got like this, Like they have a really cool design on them. Like it's like almost like a cyber. I don't know, very cyberpunky. And then you've got Shredder's got his own like sword thing. It's pretty cool. Yep, Casting Cave's my dude. Anytime I need something like that, I'm like, bro, Corey, help. Anyways, that was kind of fun. I haven't broken those out in a long time. I don't have them on the shelves just because there's like, I never had a place for them really. I've been wanting to put Krang up for a long time, but I just never did. Or excuse me, First Goken. But, oh, those are really, really, the First Goken figure is freaking dope. Like, that was, I think he's the one I wanted first, but I couldn't find him, and then I got a Rokosaki for a pretty good deal. I always try to find a good deal on them. And then, of course, I want to say Darius might have got me both. I can't remember. I know he definitely got me the First Goken. He was at a convention and he was looking out for me. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, do you still need this? And I'm like, oh, my God, yes. My man. Gotta go with my boy Bowser. That's awesome, Calvin. Best turtle? Oh, that's no question. It's Donatello. But when it comes down to it, the turtles are nothing without each other. That's just how it goes. Gotta have them all. Like Pokemon, you gotta catch them all, man. You gotta have all the brothers. No matter how many people want to complain and fight, which that's not the point. It is fun to debate who's the best turtle because, you know, everybody's got their favorite turtle. But when it comes down to it, you gotta love them all. All have moments, but Donnie is forever my turtle, man. I love that guy so much. Oop, I think the top came off there. Raphael. We got a Raphael fan in here. Gosh. Sheesh. What is it with me in boxes today, man? I can't seem to get anything, like, back into the box. Thank God this is a sturdy box. I can't remember, what did I try to do? Oh, I tried to put the cable back in his box for the Revoltech, which that figure's awesome, man. That figure's so good. He fits in with my Legends, which is crazy. I mean, obviously the style's different, but he looks great up there with them. I couldn't get that thing. I tried to put that thing back in the box tour, and I'm like, man, these boxes are nice, too. They look cool. Careful. Careful. Got him. Oh, the animated TMNT movie was cool, man. I like that one a lot, too. Yeah, that one was fun. That was a really fun film. Good voice work and everything. You got Patrick Stewart as the main villain. This thing is so cool. I love that they made this like little top rubber so it couldn't break off. I'm like, yes, smart. I believe he's talking about the movie called TMNT, the animated movie. I've actually got the figures of those too. The one where, what was it? Sarah Michelle Gellar was the voice of April. I didn't take the batteries out of this thing last time. That would have sucked. I remember whenever, you guys remember the, what was it? The Sentinel that came out. The Sentinel, the SDCC exclusive. It's a giant Sentinel. And he had he was on a big old card, which everybody was like, that's really cool. And then they realized that he had like battery operated
like functions, and he was on a big blister card that didn't open, and so those batteries are just going to be in there and corroding if you don't open it up. Ah, Clayton, right on, man. Yeah. Chris Evans was Casey Jones. I was wondering, I was like, who was Casey Jones? I wanted to say like Freddie Prinze Jr., but I'm like, no, I'm thinking of like something else. This one's like so like disappointing. He's like, man, son. He's like, you sure are getting a little fat. God, this is like night and day looking at these two. It's so crazy. Let's get them. Let's see what we got. But man, I gotta give it to NECA, man. They have crushed it on these designs, man. These straight out of the cartoon. Be nice to see more ab crunches, though. This shredder is a real disappointment with no ab crunch. Yeah, look. Even look at the axe. It's like, I mean, it's no contest. I love it. They gave him two of these little antenna on top. I love how like this one's got the glass like on the front. I thought there was glass and like this one doesn't have any. Like it's just open. He's like, but you can put put the Krang inside and whatnot, and then he's even got like the little mechanical joysticks move as well, which is pretty wild. This sometimes you get a third party and they're a little loose and whatnot, but this thing is so solid. It's ridiculous. Get his hand back on. There we go. The big die-cast parts, but everything moves so fluidly. Crazy good figure. And the Krang in this thing is ridiculous. Yeah, man, for me, the faster that live action Michael Bay stuff dies out, the better. I'm just ready to move on. Yeah. T-Dog, I want that Baxter and Splinter set. If I get that, like, if we get those sets, then we're like, we've got our main cast. And then obviously they've announced Rat King and Mondo Gecko, and that's really cool. Like, that's super cool, but Splinter and Baxter are... so cool. Look at that little... This Krang is awesome. He's very IDW. Like, that's what I want more than anything is IDW turtles. God. I mean, could you imagine? Oh, he's so good. So amazing. That would change, like, and I just want it to be a different company, man. I want an import company, like, I don't even care who gets it, just one that's going to take care of the dang license. Just give us a good import company that cares about the license, the property, and man, knocks out IDW versions, and let's go. Let's do it. This thing is so well taken care of, it's ridiculous. Should put these in a little... So I've got a little envelope I can put these things in now. There we go. Yeah, man. Those, gotta get that Baxter Splinter set. That's like just a must-have. The Splinter looks so good. Finally, like, finally. Yeah. But if I can, man, yeah, because at this point, it's like, I've really, as a Turtle fan, been spoiled because we're getting the best versions of my favorite things besides IDW. If we can get the comic stuff, then, man, that's it. I'm set completely as a Turtle fan. And then at that point, it's just collecting whatever else comes our way, like Usagi Yojimbo, or I would love an Ace Duck, or Ray Fillet is one of my favorite, you know, of the Turtle friends. Oh, Neutrino set. Dude, they give us Neutrinos. I'm going to freak out. Love Neutrinos. A lot. Oh, man, in the car. The Neutrino car. Bruh. I'd lose it. I'd lose it. I'd go nuts. Yeah, I heard Seth Rogen was developing one. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I'm always excited to see something new. Especially since it's new and different from the last stuff that we got. That'd be great. Dude, he's got... This is so crazy. You know, this is another little thing that I like right here is the... So he's got like this little saw blade. And as cool as it is, it's like... The fact that it spins is just like a little extra awesome. Like, you know, you don't have to have it spin. It doesn't like... I don't know. Something about that is super cool. Because that's more parts, you know? Just more little parts. But... Oh yeah, man. I remember whenever I got that movie set, the Comic-Con set. My wife actually got it. It was awesome. I made a little video for it. It was fun. But ever since then, that's whenever I remember that's whenever the Turtle game really fired up, because there for a while it was actually really easy to get most of the Turtle stuff. You just had to pay for it, you know? It was like you had to... That was it. Just as long as you had the money, you could get it. And now it's like you gotta be on the freaking hunt like a madman. And I hate that. I don't like that. I think everybody should be able to get this. It's like you get it and you want to show the figures off, like, because you're happy you got them, but you just feel like a jerk. Feels like you're bragging about something that nobody else can get. Like you almost feel bad. You almost feel guilty. It's like TMNT guilt for trying to, like, yeah, man, I got this figure I'm really excited about. It's like, oh, I really wish I could get one. That's all. That's the response nowadays. Like, oh, I wish I could have one too. That sucks, man. Everybody should be able to get these things. I don't know. It bothers me greatly that fans, aren't able to go out and get these unless you're just A, lucky, B, your friend's lucky who found one for you and was able to get one for you, or you pay the scalper price, which I haven't ever done. The only time I've paid more wasn't even more. It's like when friends help me find them and I pay, you know, the shipping cost. That's fine. I'm totally fine with paying for shipping. But, I don't know. I don't want to get off on a tangent like that on you guys. Okay. I've actually got to go to bed. I've got to get up and go to church tomorrow. They're showing a video that I edited. And I want to be there for it. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight and once again supporting. We're almost there. I was wondering, man. I was like, I'm thinking I might do a little giveaway. Just something small, something to say thank you to and do like a little random giveaway to my to the people. And I don't want to do like one for like all the YouTube subscribers or some crazy stuff like that. I'm not gonna be like, hey, if I get this many subs, then I'll do it. I don't know where I'm at with subscribers, but I think one night I'm gonna have you guys pop in here, and then I'll we'll see what we do. We will see what we can do. I might have a little giveaway, something kind of cool to say thank you, and one lucky winner will walk away with something awesome. But we'll try that. Oh, Ashley's in here. Aw. I see. Whenever I said gentlemen and possibly ladies, I knew there was one in there. I could feel it. It wasn't just a lady. It was the lady. Guys, thank you so much. I'll try to do another live soon-ish. Clearly, I've got plenty of stuff to work on. I'm wanting to do some tutorials on sculpting. Not crazy sculpting, but I need to work on that statue that I've had for a while now. This guy, he's been waiting patiently for it, and I need to get it done. It's just so much to do right now, so we'll get done. We'll do it. All right, guys and lady. Y'all take care out there. And as always,